Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
They got the wrong guy. The dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
This police unit is trying to box him in, but instead he just crashes into the tree. And away he goes. But let me widen out. I don't know how far this will take him. Yeah, he's basically cornered. Wow, look at this. Off the road and onto the freeway. Oh my gosh. So he is on the freeway, going wrong side of the road here on the 91 freeway, going eastbound in the westbound lane.
Because we here in Canada hate you and hope for bad things for you. Because we hate you.
It's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than all of us.
All right, welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Great to be here. Great to be here.
I was told counsel wanted to see me at Savannah.
Val, we're going to cover Magoo here probably this afternoon. We're rigged for trial this afternoon. It's going to be between. I've got the whole thing. We got it. We got the whole, and it was a thing as well. We'll definitely cover Magoo. Thanks for the reminder on that. The texts. See, that's a little loud, and I'm a little quiet. There we go. Still struggling to get my my computer to work right. This is crazy. My newest computer, which is it's still 2 years old, but my newest computer will no longer access StreamYard, which is a thing because I need StreamYard for the podcast tonight. So I mean, there's workarounds, but why, Greeners? Greeners, you were first in chat, as you can see from this evidence right here. Come on. Oh, now it's not working.
I don't like podium.
Seriously? How'd I break that? Now I have to go way over here, into here, and manually go like that. There's me. There's Greeners. Okay. Greeners, you were first in chat, and I need you to be honest. Let me tell you the symptoms. When accessing some websites, just some websites, not all of them, over Wi-Fi, my laptop reports that there's no response. The page can't be found because there's no response. I know it exists because I can access it from other devices, but oh crap! Here we go. Okay.
Thank you.
Back in
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The judge told you if you can just stay close to the microphone, it'll keep your voice nice and loud, okay?
How on a Mac?
Can you please tell us your full name and spell it for the court reporter?
StreamYard.
Betsy Longwell Madden. Last name is Mary. E as a boy, A-N-E.
Do you work for a living?
I do.
What do you do?
I'm a legal assistant at Turner Paget Law Firm in Augusta, Georgia.
Okay. How long have you been doing that for a living?
A million years? No, probably
You're under
like.
oath.
Then everyone will know how old I am. Like 50 years.
Okay. Quite some time.
Yes.
Okay. Has that always been what you did?
Except for a very short insurance stint.
Okay. Did you work for different companies though?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And are you married?
I am.
What's your husband's name?
Frank Mebane III.
And how long have you two been married?
47 years.
Okay.
She doesn't like giving out this
in that
information.
time, did you and he have any children?
We did. We have 3 children.
And who are they?
Mindy and Frank IV and Matthew.
Okay. Can you tell us in order who's the oldest to youngest?
Yes, Mindy's the oldest, and Frank IV is the middle child, and Matthew's our surprise.
Okay. How old is Matthew?
How does he feel about that
He's
now?
21.
And Frank the fourth?
40.
And how old was Mindy when she passed?
She was 40.
Okay. So that's about 3 years ago now, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is Frank the Fourth married?
He is.
What's his wife's name?
Megan Beckmeyer Mebin.
Okay. And what about Mindy? Was she married?
She was.
Who was she married to?
Nicholas Kassotis.
And did he have any other name that he went by when you knew him?
He started using the last name Stark.
So he went by Nicholas Stark at some point as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Like Tony?
Do you see him in the courtroom here today?
I do.
Can you point out where he's at?
Over there.
If the record can reflect, Your Honor, she is pointed at the defendant.
She did not use
When
her
did
middle
you
finger.
first meet Mr. Kassotis?
Let's see. They got married in 2016. That was probably maybe the end of 2014, maybe.
Okay. And do you know how they met?
Yes, I believe they met on an online dating service. I
Please
just
don't say
remember
Tinder.
Romeo something. I don't remember the full name.
Okay. And as a result,
Not a sponsor.
did they ultimately get married?
Yes, they did.
And I believe you just said that was in approximately 2016?
Yes.
When they got married in 2016, where was the wedding?
It was at Morven Park outside. It was maybe 20 miles or so from Alexandria, Virginia, outside of D.C.
Okay. And do you know where they were living at the time?
Alexandria, Virginia.
So they were living in Virginia itself?
Yes.
Okay. And at that point, was Mindy working?
She was.
Do you know what she was doing for a living?
She worked at a law firm in D.C., and then she wanted to try the nonprofit route, so she went in and worked for several nonprofits, and I believe her last job was in the plastics industry,
Okay.
working for them, trying to help them be able to keep plastic bags in stores and stuff.
Okay. What kind of education did Mindy have?
She finished her high school, she had a college degree, and then she also had her master's, I think it was.
And in that time that she provided those different jobs you just described, was that all in the D.C. or Virginia, D.C. area?
She went to college in Savannah at Armstrong.
Okay.
And then when she moved to D.C., that's when she got her further degree at Virginia Tech, I believe it was.
Okay. Is that where she met Mr. Kassotis up by Virginia?
Yes, when she was living there, yes.
Okay. Do you know what Mr. Kassotis was doing when they first met?
He was working as a JAG at the Pentagon.
And when you say a JAG, can you tell us, what did you think that meant?
He's a lawyer,
Okay.
working for the Pentagon in the Navy.
Okay. So you knew he was a member of the Navy as an office, as a judge advocate general. Is that what that means?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know exactly, or did you know exactly what his job description was? Like what type of law he did? Did you know?
I know he had something to do with foreign affairs. Well, I think he had something to do with foreign affairs.
Okay. If you know, did you know what his title or rank was?
I do not.
Okay. So when he was working at that time, you said he was working at the Pentagon. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that was with the Navy, you said, right?
Yes.
Do you know how long he had been with them? Only if you know.
I don't.
Okay. But he was there when him and Mindy met?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you said that they were married, and that was outside of, I think you said, Morven. Is that right?
It was a place called Morven Park. It was a few miles from Alexandria.
Okay. Were you present for their wedding?
Yes.
And when was that, if you recall?
I believe it was October 2016.
Okay. And at that time, was it a big wedding?
No, I wouldn't say it was a big wedding. A decent sized wedding, but it also happened in concert with Hurricane Matthew, so there were a lot of people who couldn't come because of hurricanes.
Okay. As a result of that wedding, did you have an opportunity to meet some of Mr. Kassotis' family?
Yes.
And did you know them before then?
I believe we had met before the wedding.
Okay. Did Mindy's friends come to the wedding?
Yes, they did.
Did you know some of them from before the wedding?
Absolutely.
Did you stay in touch with any of them after the wedding?
Yes.
Did Jen come to the wedding?
Would it be fair to say that you knew Mindy's closest friends?
Yes.
For example, do you know Angela Wynn?
I do.
And who was she in reference to the wedding itself?
She was Mindy's matron of honor.
Okay. And were there bridesmaids at the wedding as well?
There were.
Did you know any of them?
Yes. At least one of her friends from high school days and several others.
Okay. And did you communicate with them, meaning her friends, ever as a result of your interaction with Mindy? And what I mean by that is because they were Mindy's friends, did you ever have communications with them too?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you stay in touch with some of those women now?
I do.
You indicated that there were people from Mr. Kassotis' family present. Do you recall who was there?
Are you talking about at the wedding?
At the wedding.
His mother and father and his brother.
Okay. Do you see any of them here today? Yes. Can you please just point out where they are?
Over behind the defense table.
And who of them is present?
Nick's parents are here. I haven't seen his brother in a while, so I think that's his brother over there also.
Okay. And with respect to that, do you know if Mr. Kassotis had been married before he married Mindy?
Yes, I believe he was.
Okay. Do you know how many times he had been married before he met Mindy?
Only one that I know about.
Okay. Did you know her name?
No, because I hate to say that. My daughter would just say she who will not be named.
Okay.
She never really, I didn't know her name.
Okay. But you just knew that he had
Yes.
previously been married?
Yes.
Okay. Did Mr. Kassotis and your daughter have children?
Did they have children? No.
During the course of the time that they were married, do you know if they tried to have children?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Well, we were told that Mindy was pregnant, so...
Do you know if she had had any miscarriages during the course of their marriage?
I think she had one several years before she died, but...
Okay. And so it was your understanding that while she was last alive, she was pregnant?
Yes.
Did they give you an idea, and I say they, I mean, did your daughter specifically tell you when she was due?
She didn't specifically tell me. Mr. Kassotis told us.
When did he tell you she was due?
January 8th.
January 8th of 2023. Did they tell you, well, did he tell you whether it was a boy or a girl?
I believe he said it was a girl.
Can you tell us, how was their marriage between 2016 and 2018? Were there any problems?
Objection calls for speculation.
If she knows.
Do you know, ma'am?
I thought they had a good marriage.
So there didn't seem to be any problems, was merely my question. My apologies if that was inartful. Did there come a time when something occurred to make you believe that there was a change in their marriage condition?
Yes, when they actually were sort of hiding out because we were told they feared for their lives.
Who told you that?
Mindy and Nick.
Okay. Did they give you any specifics about why they were fearful of their lives?
Yes, first we were told they'd been hacked. Then we were told another story about Nick was supposed to be working for Microsoft and he had taken on work for some smaller company underneath Microsoft, and he had solved some kind of an algorithm, and they were giving him company stock, and I guess it was supposed to be, I don't know. That's all I know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Was that information conveyed to you by whom? Your daughter or Mr. Kassotis?
Probably my daughter.
Okay. And so she was telling you what the concerns were surrounding their danger?
Yes.
Okay. And when did this first start happening to you, your recollection?
I would say maybe late 2018 or early 2019 would be my best, that's sort of a best guess.
Okay. As a result of those problems, did they ever have to move?
Yes, they started moving from place to place, and we didn't always know where they were. So,
when did they start moving, if you recall?
Around that same late 2018, early 2019 time.
Do you know if they left Virginia?
Yes, they did.
Do you know what happened?
I mean, I don't know how long they were in Virginia, but they did leave Virginia.
And you indicated that they had been living in Virginia at some point when they were first married. Did you ever visit that home?
I did.
Do you know what happened to that home?
I don't.
Okay. And when they were in Virginia, you said they started moving. Do you know if they ultimately left Virginia?
Yes, they did.
Do you know where they went?
I believe North Carolina, and I know at some points they were in South Carolina. I'm not sure of anywhere else.
Okay. And how did you get information of where they were?
We communicated by Signal, the Signal app.
Can you tell us what Signal app is, to the best that you understood?
An app where you could communicate, but in short time afterwards, it would be erased and there would be no record of it.
Who asked you to start using Signal app?
Mindy and Nick.
Had you ever used that before?
No.
Were you familiar with it before they asked you to use it?
Only from reading about it in a book.
Okay. And was that the means by which you started communicating with them?
Yes.
And was
sometimes email, but mainly Signal.
Okay. And when you started using Signal app, was Mr. Kassotis still in the Navy at that time?
No.
Do you know how or what happened in terms of his departure from the Navy?
We were told that he wanted to go into some other field, and I believe he worked for maybe the Department of Veterans Affairs shortly and for a while. And
so it was your understanding that was why he left?
Yes.
Okay. And that was the job you thought that he took after he left the Navy?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what he did for the Department of Veteran Affairs?
No.
Did he ever tell you?
I don't. I mean, I know he's a lawyer, but I don't really know.
Okay.
So.
Did there come a time when Mindy and Mr. Kassotis wound up moving somewhere where you were present as well?
Yes.
Tell the jury how that came to be the situation.
Well, I know they came down one Christmas and spent Christmas in Hilton Head when we were living there. And
when you say we, who do you mean?
My husband and myself, my son, and my daughter-in-law,
Okay.
Frank the Fourth and Megan.
Okay, and so do you mean Frank the Fourth then and Megan?
And my husband, yes.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and where was Matthew?
Poor Matthew. I just totally forgot him.
Okay.
Yes, Matthew also, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, at some point did Matthew go to school?
Yes, he went to college after he graduated high school, so.
Okay, was that an away school or was he
Yes,
home?
no, he went to school in Douglas, Georgia 2 years, and then to Milledgeville 2 years.
Okay, so he had moved out of the house, Matthew, at that point? When he went to college?
Yes.
Okay. And when you were living with Frank the Fourth and Megan, where in the country were you living at that time?
Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Okay. And were Mr. Kassotis and your daughter with you at that point?
No, they did come. I believe it was February 2021.
Okay,
They called Frank the Fourth and asked him to come pick them up in Beaufort, and so he did, and he brought them back to the house to live.
Okay. So were you at the house with Frank the Fourth and Megan for a period of time before they moved in?
Yes.
Okay. And when they moved in, did they bring anyone with them?
Their dog, Rusty.
Okay. When they came to stay with Frank the Fourth and Megan, was Mr. Kassotis working?
He had his computer and he was doing computer work.
Okay. And describe for the jury what you saw him doing on a day-to-day basis. He would get up in the morning and work all through the day on his computer and into the early morning hours. Okay. Did you ever have an opportunity to look at what was on his computer monitor?
No, I did not.
Why not?
Well, for one reason, I wanted to be respectful, and I also thought it wasn't any of my business, but...
Did he ever advise you weren't permitted to look?
Objection to leading.
Withdrawn. I'll rephrase. At that point, you believed he was working for what company?
Something to do with Microsoft.
Okay. But you didn't know more than simply that?
No,
okay.
I did not.
And when you observed him, you said he was working from the early morning hours until late at night. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Were you ever able to hear him having communications with anybody by WebEx?
No, I never did.
Did you ever have any opportunity to hear meetings by any other platform like Skype or anything like that?
No, I did not.
So all you saw was him working on the device?
Yes.
Okay. Was Mindy working at the time?
No, she was not.
Okay. Do you know why she was not working?
Well, one basic reason was she was scared to death to leave the house, so.
Tell us what you mean by that.
Well, there was supposed to be people after them. They supposedly had security, and so she was truly fearful for her life.
Did you believe that?
Yes.
And when you said that she was fearful for her life, did you ever see the security team that they referred to?
No, I did not.
Did you ever speak to anyone from a security team?
Only by email.
Okay. At some point there were email communications?
Yes,
comes the Jim McIntyre.
Did you believe that was the security team?
I did.
And tell us what the living arrangements were at Frank and Megan's house.
They had a 2-story house. The bedrooms were upstairs, and Frank and Megan had the master bedroom. And then when Mindy and Nick came to live there, I moved into the little kind of middle bedroom so they could have the bigger bedroom and you know, lots of windows and stuff.
Okay. So all of you each had, meaning each couple, had your own bedroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did there come a time when there were any problems with the living arrangements with Frank and Megan?
I'm trying to think exactly when it was. Maybe like March or April of 2022, with the real estate market, they wanted to sell their house because there was such a good real estate market, and so that's when problems started to occur.
Okay. What were those problems?
Well, they asked Mindy and Nick to please have their security move them somewhere else, so they could get the house ready to sell. And with a dog, you know, they had Rusty, and so it was hard to put your house on the market with all of that going on.
Okay. And at that time, you believed that the security team was supposed to move Nick and Mindy?
Yes.
Okay. Did they move out?
They did, but my son finally, after weeks of going on, he finally went and filed an eviction.
So
hoping to force the security people to do something.
Okay. And the security people, were they providing any, if you know, was any money being paid to Frank and Megan for Mr. Kassotis and Mindy staying at Frank and Megan's house?
I don't really know.
Okay. But it was your understanding that the security team would have to move them?
Yes.
Okay. And ultimately, did Mr. Kassotis and your daughter leave the residence?
They did.
Do you know what the circumstances surrounding that were?
Yes. Frank IV filed the eviction, and it got down to where they, however many hours or days it is, we were down to the last couple of days, and I told Nick, like, Frank IV is dead serious about this. Y'all need to be gone when they were out of town for a few days because it was Memorial Day. So
Frank IV.
So I said, when they get home, y'all need to be gone. And so I said, I can help. I can pay for a hotel for a few days if that'll help you. So we ended up loading up, and I took them to a hotel in Savannah.
Okay. And when you say I took them, were you alone at that time with the two of them and the dog?
Yes.
Where was your husband Frank and your son Matthew?
Matthew played ball in the Northwoods League for a team in Illinois, so Frank had taken him to Illinois to get him settled and stayed a few days, and so he wasn't there.
So neither of them were there with you at the time?
Correct.
Okay. And you said we all loaded up in the car. Whose car?
It was actually Matthew's old Altima.
Did Mindy or Mr. Kassotis have a vehicle at that point?
No, they did not.
Okay. And you drove to Savannah with them?
Yes.
And you said, I believe, that was Memorial Day weekend. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Of 2022?
Yes.
Okay. And when you got here, did you wind up paying for that hotel, or did they?
No, I paid for more than a few days, a week, maybe a week or two, and then I finally said, we just can't keep doing this. So,
the security team didn't pay for the hotel?
No.
And when you
Jim
got
didn't come through
to Savannah, you said you paid for about a week or two. Where did you move after that, if you did?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
You said you stayed in a hotel for about 2 weeks, right?
They did.
They did. Okay.
They did. Yes.
And that was them by themselves?
Yes.
My apologies.
No,
so
no problem.
Where were you staying at that point?
I was still with Frank and Megan until they sold the house, and
I see. So you paid for Mr. Kassotis and your daughter to stay in that hotel, and you then stayed with Frank and Megan?
Yes, like I had been before. Yes.
Okay. Did there come a time when they moved out of the hotel?
Yes. Mr. Kassotis said he had arranged a place in Savannah, so and asked us if we would like to come and stay with them. So all of us did.
Okay. Okay. And when you went to stay with them, where did you go to stay?
It was a house on 65th Street in Savannah.
Do you know what kind of a property that was? Meaning, did they own it? Did they rent it? Did they?
It was rented or an Airbnb, something like that.
Okay. And at that point, who was paying for the property?
Mr. Kassotis.
Okay. And was Mindy still not working at this point?
Yes.
Did Mindy leave the house at all?
No.
Did Mr. Kassotis leave the house?
Yes, he did.
How did he, when he left the house, was he on foot? Did he have a car? How did he go?
I don't remember exactly when it was. When we had been there a little bit, Nick got a car, but before that, Frank would take them wherever they wanted. My husband, Frank, would take them. If he needed to go to the store or wherever, he would take them.
And at this point, when Frank was driving them, did you have concerns about their safety? Meaning Frank and Mr. Kassotis, if they went to go do errands or things?
No, not really.
Why not?
I don't know. I just never really was fearful when they went out.
Did you work?
I did. I was working at a law firm in downtown Savannah.
Did you go to work every day?
I did.
Did you ever have conversations with Mr. Kassotis about your safety?
Once or twice.
Did he ever express concerns about your safety?
Only after one time when we were told that Nick's father and uncle had come to the house, and so that after that, they told me what kind of car it was. So I remember if I was out walking by myself in downtown, I would look for that car or van or whatever it was.
Did he tell you what type of car?
He did, but I couldn't. I don't remember what it was.
Okay. But other than that, he never expressed concerns for your safety being out, going back and forth to work every day?
No.
Did you ever meet Mr. Kassotis' employers?
No.
Did you meet his coworkers?
Just his friend Cameron that was in the wedding.
Okay. Was that a coworker from what time period in his life?
I believe from when he was at the Pentagon.
Okay. Did you ever meet any of his coworkers from when he worked for Microsoft?
No.
Other than on the computer, did you ever meet anybody associated with those positions?
No.
And I say on the computer, I mean when he was using the computer.
Yes.
Did he continue to use the computer all day, every day at the place in Savannah?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Now, you said that you stayed in the house in Savannah. Can you describe for the jury what that house was like? What did it look like?
Well, when you came into the living room, and then there was like a small bathroom, then a small dining room, and then the kitchen, and then there was a pretty good sized like a den or a TV room, and then there were 2 bedrooms and a full bath in between the 2 bedrooms, but they were separated by the bath. So.
Okay, so there was a bedroom, a bathroom, and then a second bedroom?
Yes.
Were there doors between the bathroom to the bedrooms, or just in the hallway?
I'm not sure if there was a door that actually led back there or not. I'm not sure.
Okay, but you could get in there from the hallway?
Yes.
Okay, is that the door you used?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you said there was a second bathroom as well, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have a, quote, designated bathroom that you and your husband used, or did you share? How did that work?
We all, well, there was only one there was a shower in the main bathroom, but we were all on different schedules, so we never had a problem with that. And then you could always go to the other bathroom if you needed to.
Okay. Now, when you stayed in the house, which of the bedrooms was yours, meaning you and Mr. Frank?
As you would come in, we were the one on the left.
Okay.
Theirs was the one on the right.
Okay. And where was Rusty at this point?
Either in the bedroom or sometimes he'd come, he would come out to the den and let us pet him and stuff.
Was he a shedder?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of a dog was Rusty?
I don't know what breed, but he was kind of large but very sweet.
Okay. Do you know what color he was?
Kind of a reddish brown.
Okay. And Rusty stayed at the house with you, though, while you were in Savannah?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Talking like a golden retriever or a Irish setter? What do we have there? What kind of dog was it?
At this point, you had told us that there was a security team in place that you believed, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And at this point, how did you have a good relationship with your daughter?
Yes.
Do you think you knew her pretty well?
Yes, I do.
Would you have considered her gullible?
No.
So when she told you she was afraid, did you believe her?
Absolutely.
Okay. And did her behavior seem to be consistent with that?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. Did you believe Mr. Kassotis when he advised you that they were in danger?
Yes.
Did he ever try to prevent you from going to work?
Only one day when he said there was something big happening, and he said he thought I should not go to work. And so I didn't. I said I had a problem that day and couldn't come to work, and so I didn't.
But other than that day, did he ever
No.
tell you to stay at home for your own safety?
No.
To your knowledge, and from your interaction being in the house, did you believe that your daughter was still happily married to Mr. Kassotis?
Yes, I did think so.
Okay. And at some point you indicated that they advised you, or he advised you that she was pregnant?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if having a baby was important to them? Did they ever talk about it with you?
I think it was, yes.
Okay. And even in the middle of all the security risk, they still wanted to have a child?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever go to the doctor with her?
No, I did not.
Do you know who her doctor was?
No.
Do you know what facility she was being seen at?
No.
Did Mr. Kassotis ever tell you any of that information? Meaning where?
About the doctors?
Yeah.
No.
Now I'm going to direct your attention to November of 2022. Were you still at the Savannah house?
Yes.
So you had moved in around, you said, I believe, Memorial Day, is that right?
Well, no, that's when we actually left Frank and Megan's house.
Okay.
It was sometime in June, and we were still there in November.
Okay. And when you talk about November, what were your plans for Thanksgiving?
Matthew and his baseball friend were going to earn extra money by working at Kenny B's in Hilton Head. They did a bunch, like 250 turkey packages, so they helped fry turkeys and put packages together and take them out to people's cars. So we all went to Hilton Head the Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, until Sunday afternoon.
When you say we all, who are you referring to specifically?
My husband, myself, Matthew, and his friend Bradley.
Okay. So Rusty, Mindy, and Mr. Kassotis did not join you?
No.
Do you know where they were when you left for Thanksgiving on that Wednesday, the day before?
At home, as far as I knew.
Okay. Do you know at that time when you left for Thanksgiving, how was Mindy feeling?
She'd been having some blood pressure problems, so sometimes she would lay down at night so that she could stay up until Nick would come to bed. So.
Okay. Why did you believe she had blood pressure problems?
I believe that's what I was told.
Okay. Do you remember who told you that?
No, I don't.
So would it have been one of them, meaning
Yes.
your daughter
Yes.
or Mr. Kassotis? Okay. Were there any other people that ever told you about her medical conditions
No.
or her pregnancy?
No.
Just the two of them?
Yes.
Okay. Now you said that you left on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving of 2022. Would it be fair to say that that was November 23rd? If you know.
That would have been pretty close to the date.
Okay. So it was the last Wednesday.
There was definitely the day before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Whatever, it falls 3 or 4 days apart sometimes. But
Okay. Why did you come back on Sunday?
We had booked the condo so we could all enjoy it for a few days and enjoy being away, and it helped Matthew and Bradley have a place to stay after they worked hard all day.
Did you have to go back to work on that Monday?
Yes, I did.
And did you return to work that Monday?
Yes.
Okay. When you came back to Savannah, you said you went back to work, so let me not assume. Did you come back to Savannah after?
On the Sunday after Thanksgiving.
Okay. And who came back to the house in Savannah?
Just Frank, my husband, and myself.
Okay. And when you left for Thanksgiving, was Mindy alive?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay. Do you recall when you last saw her before you left for Thanksgiving?
Not precisely.
Okay. Was it that day?
No. When I would leave for work in the morning, she was never up that early because she would stay up late with Mr. Kassotis. So. Okay.
Do you remember how long before? You said no, but is it a day before, a couple days before? You just don't recall.
Probably,
exactly.
Maybe. I'm guessing the week before.
Okay. So the week before, meaning that Wednesday you left, sometime in that week, meaning until the preceding Wednesday. Okay. And at that point, when you left for Hilton Head, that was your understanding?
Yes.
When you returned from Hilton Head, did you see Mindy?
No.
Okay. Do you know where she went or was?
Well, we were told on Monday that that Nick had taken her to the hospital because they were going to do some testing and try to work on her blood pressure. And so we were happy that she was actually, maybe they could figure out what was wrong with, her blood pressure and get her feeling better.
Okay. Did he tell you what hospital he took her to?
It was supposed to be some type of military hospital on a base.
Okay. And did you go see her?
No, because we figured we probably wouldn't be allowed to because it was supposed to be on a base.
Okay. And who told you that it was on a military base?
Mr. Kassotis.
Okay. At that point, did he tell you who her doctor was?
No.
Did he give you any information specifically about what was going on at the military base or where it was?
No. We just knew they were doing testing. I didn't know where. We were in Savannah, so we thought it was probably the base close to Savannah. So.
Okay. Did a doctor ever come to the house to treat her while you were there?
I believe that Nick told us that a doctor came, but I never saw anyone.
Okay. Now you said Sunday you came back and Monday you went to work.
Yes, ma'am.
Was there anything else about that week that was important that you remember?
My husband Frank had a hip operation on that Wednesday, and he stayed overnight in the hospital and then came home Thursday around noon.
Do you remember the date that he went in that Wednesday?
November 30th.
Okay. And was that what hospital?
St. Joseph's Candler.
Okay. And when he went to St. Joseph's Candler, did he stay overnight?
He did.
Where did you stay?
I stayed in the hospital till about 9 or 10, and then I came back and stayed at the house.
And that's the house in Savannah?
Yes, with Mr. Kassotis.
Okay. Was Mr. Kassotis there at the time?
Yes.
How did Mr. Frank get back from the hospital?
I picked him up and brought him home, and Mr. Kassotis helped me. There were like 3 steps out in the front, and so he helped me get him up the steps after his operation and into the house, and told me to go back to work. He would handle it. He'd take care of him. So.
Okay. So he went in for the hip surgery, you said, on November 30th. What day did you pick him up?
December 1st.
And that would have been then the Thursday?
Yes.
Okay. So November 30th you went in, December 1st you came and picked him up. And do you recall what time you went to pick him up on December 1st?
I think he got out maybe around 11:30 maybe, 11:30.
So it was still in the earlier part of the day?
Yes.
And when Mr. Kassotis offered to look after him, what did you do?
I went on to work since he said he would. He said, I'll keep an eye on him, I'll help him, I'll do whatever he needs. You go on back to work. So I went on, to work.
How long did you stay at work that day?
I think I left around 5:30.
Okay. Where'd you go after you left work?
Straight back to the house.
Okay. And when you went back to the house, who did you find at the house?
Just my husband.
So he was alone in the house at that
Yes.
point? Did you know where Mr. Kassotis was?
No, not really.
Okay. Did he eventually come home?
He did. He came home shortly after I got back.
Can you tell the jury what happened when he got home?
Yes, I heard him come in the door, so I came bouncing out, and I was like, hey, how's Mindy doing? And he just started bawling, crying hysterically, and talking, and I really couldn't even understand much of what he said. So I said, please come out and sit in the living room, the den or whatever, and tell us what's wrong. And so that's when, all I could really understand was she's not coming home. So, and he met Mindy.
Is that when he told you?
Yes.
And when he said she's not coming home, did you understand what he meant when he first said it?
No, not really. The way he was crying, I figured it was not good.
Okay.
So.
Did he eventually tell you she died?
Yes, and he did not know he didn't know exactly what had happened. He said he'd been texting her all morning and she didn't answer, so he thought she was sleeping.
Okay. At that point, when he told you that she had died, did you have an opportunity?
Excuse me just a minute.
Take your time.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Do you need a minute?
Yes.
Okay.
Was Mr. Frank with you when he told you?
Yes.
Okay. So it was the three of you in the room?
Yes.
Was there anyone else there?
Just Rusty.
Okay. And at that point, you said that he didn't have any idea how or why she died?
That's what he said. He said he was going the next day and they were going to talk to him and tell him what happened.
At that point, did he tell you what hospital?
No.
Did he tell you her doctor's name?
No.
The witness shaking her
Were you
head.
able to see her body?
The lady in
No.
the back shaking her head. She needs
Did
to
you
not do that.
ask why?
No. We talked about having a service or something after the first of the year, but with her being married to him, we thought that was his responsibility. We weren't going to say, hey, we want to take care of the body when she's married to him. So we thought he was going to handle it.
And did you believe that he would take care of that?
Yes.
Did he indicate to you whether or not there would be a funeral service of some sort?
When we talked about it, he said it would be after the first of the year. Maybe we'd have some type of memorial service. And we said, okay.
Did that ever happen?
No.
Did Mr. Kassotis ever tell you that she was mistakenly cremated?
No.
Did he ever have a death certificate for her?
Not that I saw.
Wayne.
Did he ever show you any medical paperwork concerning?
Congrats, Wayne.
No.
2 years.
So it was your understanding that at the time of her death she was at the hospital, correct?
Yes, and then when he went back to the hospital, he told us that she was in her room and she needed to go to the bathroom, so the nurses unhooked her from all of her equipment, and she went to the bathroom, and then the nurse got called away, and she went back and got into bed and had a stroke. And there was no one there. I mean, she wasn't hooked up, so that's supposedly what happened to her.
Did you ever see paperwork from him suing the hospital?
No.
To your knowledge, did he as an attorney then sue the hospital for leaving his wife unattended to die from a stroke?
Not that I know of.
He was a lawyer at that point, correct?
Yes.
With no documentation of any sort that he provided you?
No, no documentation.
Did you believe him at the time?
Yes, I did.
How does that make you feel in hindsight?
Stupid, naive, trusting.
Did you trust him?
Yes, we did.
Can you tell the jury what happened in the days after Mr. Kassotis told you that Mindy died?
On Monday, following when we were told she died the Thursday before, he told us that arrangements had been made for us, that they had rented us a condo at Hilton Head, and that he was going to, we were going to separate. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. We were going to,
that was our mic.
We all started packing, except Frank couldn't really do anything because he had that hip operation. So Mr. Kassotis and I packed everything up in the house, and then on Tuesday, we went to Hilton Head, and he went along with us in his car with Rusty.
So on the Thursday, you get notified that your daughter has passed.
Yes.
And on the Monday, he tells you pack up, we're moving.
Yes.
And was it your understanding he was staying with you and Frank still?
No, he was going to go his own way.
And who was going to pay for your new place?
Security, Mr. Kassotis, I'm not sure.
Okay.
That really wasn't made clear, so.
But he advised you that someone would pay for it and you didn't have to?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me back up for just one moment. How many cars left Savannah?
2.
Which 2 vehicles?
Our car and Mr. Kassotis' car.
Which car were you in?
I was driving our car.
And that would be Matthew's old car?
No, that was our car.
You had another car?
Yes.
Okay. So you were in the car driving to Hilton Head with whom?
My husband.
Okay. Where was Mr. Kassotis?
He had his own car, and we went together, caravanned or whatever.
Okay, but you never got in his car?
Only after we had finished packing to say goodbye to Rusty.
Okay, and where was that, in Savannah or somewhere else?
Hilton Head.
Okay, so when you got to Hilton Head, where was, you said he was in the vehicle, Rusty?
Yes.
Okay, and you said goodbye to Rusty at the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. Now, other than that, you didn't ride in the car to Hilton Head?
No, ma'am.
How far was the drive approximately from Savannah up to Hilton Head? Do you recall?
Probably close to an hour.
Okay. And when you got to Hilton Head, can you describe what kind of a community or housing arrangements had been made for you and your husband?
Yes, we were staying at Hilton Head Beach and Tennis Club, which has gated security, and you have to have a pass to get in and out. To get in.
Okay. And you said there was a pass. Was it like a gate?
Yes.
Okay. Was there an attendant, or was it just a physical gate?
No, there's an attendant.
Okay. And did Mr. Kassotis come with you to that location?
Yes, he did.
When you got to that location, did you have an opportunity to say goodbye to him, or did he
Yes.
stay?
He helped us bring stuff, some stuff into the house, and then we all said goodbye.
When he left Hilton Head, did you expect to see him again?
Yes, we did.
Did you ever?
No.
Wow.
Did you find out what happened to Mr. Kassotis after you were left at that location in Hilton Head, you and Mr. Frank?
In February, we were notified by his security team that he had been in a car accident and wasn't in very good shape, and we asked if we would be allowed to come and see him. And
were you allowed to?
No.
Ultimately, was that communication over the phone, in person?
That was an email communication.
So you got an email notification from the security team that he had been in a terrible car accident?
Yes.
Was there any follow-up communication from the security team concerning his condition?
Yes, I believe it was several weeks later we were told that unfortunately he had died.
Oh, that's convenient.
Was that also by email?
Yes, it was.
So the security team, did you know what agency or what that was related to?
Are you talking about who the email came from?
No, I mean who the security team was specifically. Did he ever tell you, was that a government agency, a private agency?
No, we weren't told specifically.
Okay. And when you received those emails, did they come to your email?
Yes.
Did you preserve them and save them?
I did.
And at that point, did you believe that Mr. Kassotis had passed away and died?
I absolutely did.
Okay. Did you have communications with any of their friends and family concerning his death? Or was it with them? Sorry. One sec. Let me rephrase that.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you speak to anybody that you knew about his passing?
We called Cameron and her husband and told them, his friend Cameron, that they were both in their wedding.
Okay. And you told Cameron that Mr. Kassotis had died in the car accident?
Yes.
Okay. Did you also convey that to Miss Wynn, Angela Wynn?
I believe so.
Okay. And during the course of that, did you believe he was dead at that point?
Yes. So we were already grieving for Mindy, and then we were grieving for him. So.
Did law enforcement ever come to talk to you about this case?
Yes. It was in early May, I believe it was. And it was sometime after lunch, and I was going to walk over to Starbucks to get a coffee, and my friend
There's another brand.
Toby called me and asked me where I was and said, "Get back here. The GBI's here to see you." So I walked straight back to the office, and Mr. Sands and his partner came in the conference room, and we started talking about Mindy.
Did you believe that Agent Sands was actually a member of the GBI?
Yes. Then I did. Somebody had actually called us, and I don't know if it was Agent Sands, but I Googled him and stuff. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't a scam or something.
Were you concerned, considering all of the information that you had heard over the last couple of years?
Yes.
Did you doubt that he might be with the GBI?
Not when he came to see me, but I did on the call, so.
Okay, so you got a call first and then they came to see you?
Yes.
Okay. Did you reach out to anybody when you first got the call to verify who Agent Sands was? When I mean by email, did you communicate with anybody concerning Agent Sands?
Not that I remember.
Okay. I'm going to show you some exhibits, if I may, Your Honor.
I wonder if she
Counsel, I'm
reached out to
referring
Jim
to
McIntyre
1.87,
about this.
1.88,
It's a security team.
1.89 and 1.90. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
Take a moment and just read through those.
Pardon me.
Take your time.
I have the exact opposite prescription for my eyes. I can't see anything close up. Far away is fine. I told you guys this story is wild. We haven't even got to the defense's version of it.
Do you recall those emails?
I do.
And how do you recognize those emails?
They're all printed from my personal Gmail account.
Okay. And can you tell us how those emails came to be in the possession of the state in connection with this case? How did those get received?
I went back and looked for them and printed them and sent them to you.
Okay. You sent them to our office, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you also send some of them to Agent Sands? If you recall.
I don't recall. I know he had me do some work on the email that we got about Mr. Kassotis passing away, but to see where it came from and that kind of stuff. But
okay. And do those emails have a quote to and from on them?
Yes.
And can you tell us from whom those emails are received?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I think my glasses are kind of fogging up, and
it's okay.
Yes, I'm sorry. So they're all to my personal email, and it's like a company, Apis. They're from somebody at Apis Limited, and Apis Limited, which we assumed was security, and
Jim McIntyre.
And one
AOL.com.
Proton email.
Okay.
Security, I guess.
Okay. And did you know what Proton email was?
No.
Okay. And when you received those emails, are those a fair and accurate printout of what you sent? Okay.
Absolutely.
Are they modified in any way other than those red stickers on them?
No, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time I would seek to introduce those emails. That would be...
Uh-oh, we're hung up. See if we can get this fixed.
Thank you.
Any objection? All right. Objection.
At this time I'd like to publish them if we can turn that on. Thank you. Can you see that on the monitor in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. And in that subject line, it says no subject. Is that correct?
Yes.
And on the top right, does it have an email?
Yes, it's my Gmail account.
Right. Does it have an email?
Sorry, I've got better audio.
Gmail account.
Okay. And is the body of that email the email that you received?
Yes.
And does it have a date there?
February the 22nd.
Of 2023?
2023, sorry.
Okay. And that email, was that the one that you just indicated had the Apis Limited is that what you were referring to?
Yes, apislimited.com.
Okay. Did you actually know Jones M.J. personally?
No.
Had you ever met that person?
No.
Did you know who that was?
No.
And this email, what was this email in reference to?
They were responding to our request to see Nicholas when we said we wanted to see him, and we didn't care if he was in a coma. We would sit with him and hold his hand and talk to him.
Is that after you had been informed he was in the car accident?
Yes.
Okay. That for the record is 1.87. I'm now turning to exhibit 1.88. Does that also reflect your email address on it?
Yes, it does.
And is there a subject line in this email?
Update.
And who was that from?
The security department, Apis Limited.
And what date was that?
February 26th.
And on that date, what was the notification that you received?
They were sorry to inform us that Mr. Kassotis passed away.
So you got a death notification by email?
Yes.
It's like,
did you ever speak to anybody in person about his passing?
No.
Did anybody come to see you and talk to you?
No.
Did anybody call you?
No.
Did you talk to his parents?
No, I did not.
I'm now turning your attention to 189.
I've had
where it
job application rejections that were more
pointing
personal
to the top
than that.
half of this email. Do you have a date on that email?
April 19, 2023.
And are you one of the recipients of this email under the CC?
Hold on just a second here. I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. Did that go to somebody in addition to just you?
Yes. It was my husband, and I'm sorry. This isn't a real clear.
If I can, Your Honor, may I approach and provide the witness with the written copy?
Bravo, chick. Congratulations on 21 months. Oh, gee. Wouldn't be the same without you here. We are in the twilight zone a little bit. This story is crazy. Wait till you hear the defense's version.
Okay. Did you and your husband reach out to the security, what you believe to be the security team in connection with your housing?
Yes.
What was your concern?
We were just wondering what was going on because no one had told us much of anything. So
at this point, in April of 2023, would it be fair to say that you believe that Mr. Kassotis and your daughter had already passed?
Yes.
And his security team was still paying for your housing at that point. Is that correct?
3 March, yes.
Okay. Did they ever respond to you and Mr. Mebane, your husband? And I'm pointing to the next portion of this exhibit.
Yes, April 20th.
Okay. And would it be fair to say they were attempting to make accommodations for you?
Yes.
Even though he was gone?
Yes.
And she was gone?
Yes.
I'm now pointing to the lower portion of the next email, starting at the top of I believe that is 1.90. Is that correct? The exhibit in your hand. It starts with telephone texts from the Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. Who did you reach out to on May 2nd of 2023?
And I obviously misspoke a little while ago and I said I didn't, but yes, we did. We said, hey, we've been contacted by them. Like we said, we were still under the impression that they were both dead, and security was, we didn't know. So yes, we said we've been contacted. And
okay. And did you also at some point speak to your son, Frank IV, about all of this?
I'm sure I did.
Okay. Did you inquire and look up Agent Sands to verify him?
Yes. Well, at least, yes, the Statesboro office, yes.
Okay. And ultimately that's when you saw him in person at your office?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. On May 3rd of 2023, did you receive a response from new no-names at proton.me?
Yes.
What did they say?
All they really wanted to know was who was the family member that had a communication.
They wanted information from you.
Yes.
They didn't give you any information?
No.
I thank you.
Wow. Okay, defense. Mr. Weinstein, introduce yourself, and good luck. Good luck here.
Did Mr. Kassotis explain to you
they're not done yet. Okay,
ever over the phone any
she said she
communications
was
what
done.
had happened after Mindy passed and before he was dead?
He called us one time in, I want to say, late January or early February.
What did he say?
We were just talking about different things. He had told us that he was going to meet his real mother, that, we were told that he was adopted or stolen or something. And so when we left him in December, he was going to meet his real mother.
Okay. Did you expect to see him after speaking to him that one time?
Yes, he said he would like to come to see one of Matthew's games.
Okay. Did that ever happen?
No.
Just discovered I was stolen at birth. Don't
When was
worry,
the
I
first
solved
time
it.
that you
Gonna go
learned
meet
that
my
Mr.
mom.
Kassotis was not dead?
When Agent Sands visited me in my office in Savannah.
Was that surprising to you?
Yes, we were talking about Mr. Kassotis, and I said, you probably don't know, but he died several months ago, and he just kind of gave me a sad look and said, no, he's not dead. That's
goodness.
when I learned that he wasn't.
She had to break it to the GBI. And
Now,
they're like, actually,
when
he's
you
in
sat down and
custody.
you spoke with Agent Sands, did he ask you to provide him with a DNA sample?
He did, and I agreed.
Okay. Would it be fair to say that's just a Q-tip, basically, that
Yes.
swabs on the inside of your cheek?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you do that voluntarily?
I did.
And you provided that on the day he came to see you?
Yes.
Just so we're clear for the record, do you see Agent Sands here in the courtroom today?
Yes, he's sitting beside of you.
Okay, if the record can reflect, she's pointed to, or she's indicated him.
There he is, behind the monitor.
Prior to Agent Sands coming to see you, had you heard about the unidentified woman in Riceboro, Liberty County?
No.
Did you know that there was somebody out there?
No, I didn't.
And at that point, did you even have a reason to think that that might be Mindy, if you had known?
No.
Hypothetical, but not objected to.
Your Honor, I'd like to approach the witness with 1.85.
This is wild. You, as I told you, we're getting to this point. It's worth. This is unbelievable.
Do you recognize what's depicted in that photograph?
Yes, pictures of my daughter and then one picture of her with Mr. Kassotis.
Are those all fair pictures of actually her and him? You recognize them?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time I'd seek to introduce 1.85.
Any objection? Okay. It's admitted.
This woman on the stand, clearly a victim of his lies and his stories, had been conditioned
At this time I'd
to
like
them
to publish, Your Honor.
for an extensive period of time. So much so that when the big lies came, they fit right into the theme that she had been, told was accurate. Get to see a picture here. These are social media pictures, I believe, of her daughter. Don't get to see it much.
In all the time you knew Mr. Kassotis, did you ever know him to hunt?
No.
I have nothing further.
Now, Mr. Weinstein. He's going to admit that he lied. He's going to admit that the client lied.
Good afternoon, Ms. Mevin. My name is Doug Weinstein, and I'm representing Mr. Kassotis in this case.
He doesn't know where else to start other than his introduction. I mean, where do you go? Wow.
I'm going to endeavor to not keep you up here much longer.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Let's talk a little bit about your daughter, Mindy.
All right.
Okay. So, Mindy was quite accomplished, correct?
I believe so, yes.
And a very intelligent young woman.
Absolutely.
And you said that your relationship was very close, correct?
Yes.
And Mindy would have no reason to lie to you.
Not that I'm aware of.
And you said that Mindy was in genuine fear for her life, correct?
Yes.
They were moving all over the place, correct?
From what I was told, yes.
From what you were told by Mindy, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And Mindy had told you that she and Nick were in danger, correct?
Yes.
Does the name
and
Jim...
as you said, you believed Mindy.
I did.
And you said Mindy is not a gullible woman.
No.
Or was not, I'm sorry. A gullible woman. When Nick and Mindy got the place in Savannah on, I believe, 65th Street. 65th Street, correct?
Yes.
They invited you and your husband, Frank III, to move in with them, correct?
Yes.
Fourth. Oh. Frank III.
And
Fourth was the son.
May I just ask, why did you move in with them?
Well, we loved them, for one thing, and we either needed to get our own place, which we were happy doing, or then when they said, that they'd have room for us and they'd like us to, we said, okay.
And you say that you loved them. Were you and your husband, Frank, close with Mindy and Nick?
I feel like we were, yes.
Regarding the claim that Mindy was pregnant, that was Mindy that had told you that, correct?
I'm not sure exactly who told us, but I know Nick talked to us about it also.
Nick also told you, but Mindy as well told you. They both had told you that she was pregnant.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. You say that you saw Mr. Kassotis doing computer work all the time, correct?
Yes.
Where would he, I know they moved in several places and you saw him working in several places. So for these questions, let's focus on 65th Street.
All right.
Where would Mr. Kassotis do his work on 65th Street?
He would sit on the couch in the living room just to the right of as you came in the door.
And when you say do his work, this was his work on his computer,
yes,
correct?
Yes, computer work.
And as you said earlier, you never saw the work that he was doing on the screen.
No, I did not.
So you can't testify as to what was going on the screen while Nick was working, correct?
Correct.
You say that you had never met the security team that was protecting Nick and Mindy, correct?
That is correct.
But there were certain actions that you would perform at Nick's behest, correct? So, for example, I think you testified that one day Nick urged you to not go to work.
Yes.
Did he explain to you why you couldn't go to work?
He just said that there was something big going to happen or going to be in the news, and he didn't think.
I have some audio issues.
He thought it might be dangerous for me to go to work then.
Did it appear to you that he was concerned about your safety that day?
Yes.
See if we can get this fixed. Okay, we're having some issues. Hold on. I'm not going to let this crazy. It's not done yet. Hold tight. We get some audio. We're going to rewind just a little bit. Is that okay? Give me a second to give you the audio. Rewind to the beginning of Weinstein.
When did the 4th that Mindy had passed? Good afternoon, Ms. Mevin. My name is Doug Weinstein, and I'm representing Mr. Kassotis in this case.
Here we go. Hold on.
I'm going to endeavor to not keep you up here much longer.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Let's talk a little bit about your daughter, Mindy.
All right.
Okay. So, Mindy was quite accomplished, correct?
I believe so, yes.
And a very intelligent young woman.
Absolutely.
And you said that your relationship was very close, correct?
Yes.
And Mindy would have no reason to lie to you.
Not that I'm aware of.
And you said that Mindy was in genuine fear for her life, correct?
Yes.
They were moving all over the place, correct?
From what I was told, yes.
From what you were told by Mindy, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And Mindy had told you that she and Nick were in danger, correct?
Yes.
And as you said, you believed Mindy.
I did.
And you said Mindy is not a gullible woman.
No.
Or was not, I'm sorry. A gullible woman. This
is crazy.
When Nick and Mindy got the place in Savannah on, I believe, 65th Street. They 65th Street, correct?
Yes.
They invited you and your husband, Frank III, to move in with them, correct?
Yes.
And may I just ask, why did you move in with them?
Well, we loved them for one thing, and we either needed to get our own place, which we were happy doing, or then when they said, that they'd have room for us and they'd like us to, we said okay.
And you say that you loved them. Were you and your husband Frank close with Mindy and Nick?
I feel like we were, yes.
Regarding the claim that Mindy was pregnant, that was Mindy that had told you that, correct?
I'm not sure exactly who told us, but I know Nick talked to us about it also.
Nick also told you, but Mindy as well told you. They both had told you that she was pregnant.
I believe so, yes.
You say that you saw Mr. Kassotis doing computer work all the time, correct?
Yes.
I think he was writing the
Where
script
would
for
he,
his stories.
I know they moved in several places and you saw him working in several places. So for these questions, let's focus on 65th Street.
All right.
Where would Mr. Kassotis do his work on 65th Street?
He would sit on the couch in the living room just to the right of as you came in the door.
And when you say do his work, this was his work on his computer,
Yes,
correct?
computer work.
And as you said earlier, you never saw the work that he was doing on the screen.
No, I did not.
So you can't testify as to what was going on the screen while Nick was working, correct?
Correct.
You say that you had never met the security team that was supposed to be protecting Nick and Mindy, correct?
That is correct.
But there were certain actions that you would perform at Nick's behest, correct? So for example, I think you testified that one day Nick urged you to not go to work.
Yes.
Did he explain to you why you couldn't go to work?
He just said that there was something big going to happen or going to be in the news, and he thought it might be dangerous for me to go to work that day.
So did it appear to you that he was concerned about your safety that day?
Yes.
When did you tell your son, Frank the Fourth, that Mindy had passed?
I believe it was the day after we were told that she had died. They were actually on a cruise, and so I'm sure I ruined the last night of their cruise for them.
They being
Frank the Fourth and his wife Megan.
So you weren't present. You didn't tell them in person.
No,
you told them while they
no.
were on the cruise ship,
That
correct?
is correct.
How did he respond?
Shock.
We jumped back a little bit.
Why do you say he responded with shock?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for her to know his thoughts.
Sustained.
Well, she said that it was shock. I'd just like to know why she believed it was a shocked response.
I'm pretty certain that anybody who has told that their sister has died when she's 40 years old and in relatively good health would be shocked.
When you said that you don't believe that Nick Kassotis was a hunter, do you have hunters in your family?
My son Matthew hunts some, but that's it.
What kind of hunting, as far as you know, does Matthew do?
I don't really know. I'd have to guess.
Well, I don't want you to guess at any of my questions, okay? So please don't.
Whoa, had an edge to it.
I know you testified about a couple of times that you and Mr. Kassotis were in contact following your move to Hilton Head when he left.
I believe one time.
And he reached out to you?
Yes.
Did he reach out to you over Signal?
I don't recall.
Is that the normal way he would communicate with you?
Yes.
And when you communicated with him, you would communicate to him via Signal as well?
Yes. Occasionally we did, we emailed, but it was mainly Signal.
Did you ever attempt to reach out to Mr. Kassotis after he had helped y'all move to Hilton Head?
No, I don't believe so.
Because he was dead.
I don't know if you recall this, but let me ask. Do you recall if Mindy had ever told you that she and Nick were planning on leaving the area?
Did Mindy tell me that?
Did Mindy tell you that?
I don't recall if it was Nick or Mindy. I don't recall.
But one of them had told you that they were planning on leaving the area.
Yes.
Prior to, yeah, I withdraw that. Did Mindy ever tell you that they were planning on changing their names due to security concerns?
Yes, they did. Mm-hmm.
Did she, when you say they, was it, I want to try to be more specific, do you know which one or both?
I believe it was both, and I think we were all sitting down at dinner one night because they told us they'd chosen the name Stark, and we all kind of laughed about it, being
Tony Stark
in the Avengers. So.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you very much. I have no more questions. I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Just very briefly.
You've referenced signal several times. Is
Yes.
that a voice or a text?
Text.
So you didn't talk over the phone, you just texted back and forth?
Yes.
Okay. So every time that you've referenced the word signal, was that a physical text message?
A physical text message.
Okay.
Yes.
And when you spoke with Mr. Kassotis, you said the one time after Mindy had passed, was that a voice message, like talking to him on the phone?
Yes, it was on the
Okay.
phone.
So that was the one time it was on the phone?
Yes.
Okay. Just to be clear, how did they move when they needed to move? Their things, how did they move their belongings?
They would just pack up and, I'm trying to think if they had a vehicle, but yes, I think they had a truck maybe or something like that.
Were there baby items?
Only maybe if like I had given them something or.
Okay. I have nothing further.
Any further?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. You can step in.
All right, while they do this, I'm going to fix the audio video. Just 1 second.
Your Honor, could we have a brief break?
We have a brief break. 3 is going to be 2.
All right, there's been a request for a break, so we'll go ahead and take a brief recess. Ladies and gentlemen, you're excused for the moment.
All right. It's crazy. I don't know how I can fix this or even explain it, because we're hearing so many things presented as if they were fact, but we have to see where that came from. And basically, if it came from the defendant, if Mr. Kassotis was the source of the story, it's probably false. If his wife was pregnant, if they were in danger, if they had a security team, if they were going to be getting a lot of money because he did solve some algorithm from Microsoft. And any of these things seem to all be make-believe, for lack of a better word. Those things didn't happen. The only thing that I've heard that he said that did happen was that Mindy died. Although he describes that it was during childbirth, and the hospital, the parents couldn't see her. She was accidentally cremated before they could, see their daughter's body. Wild stories. And then, of course, he fakes his own death in a car accident, of all things, probably shortly after he burned his car. I don't know. Oh, my goodness. I'm trying to put these pieces together, but these individually, each one of these events might be like the most outlandish thing that happens in a fictional story we may read or a movie we may watch. But his story is full of them. Like his everything about him is this outlandish lie. From I don't even know if he had a job at this point. I guess he was JAG at one point, not there anymore. He was stolen at birth, and somehow, I guess, while he was between jobs and moving and security and everything else, he found out he was stolen at birth and found his birth mother and is going to go visit. That in and of itself, that's like the whole storyline arc of a daytime soap opera. But that's just one little. It's a little side story in his narrative. about what happened. And this is crazy. This is really crazy. Yes, he owes his wife $1.5 million. I think he owes the $1.5 million because of the stories he told, because the judge believed him and said, you're right, you are about to get a whole bunch of money for this algorithm you solved from Microsoft, and she gets half of it. This is wild. It's like a Lifetime. This is a Temu Lifetime movie. It's bad. It's bad daytime television is what it is. What's tragic is he appears to have actually been really, probably charismatic, probably very believable. He had just enough of history and truth to him that he had some credibility, being a former JAG. But it was enough to sucker the family in. And by the family, I think it was all of them. His wife and her parents, Frank the Fourth, Frank the Fifth, all the Franks. Everyone sounds like they might have gotten suckered into this. And so when he would tell another lie that from the outside, us looking at this, in hindsight, looking back and saying, what were you thinking? Why in the world would you not question this? It fit the narrative. It wasn't outlandish for them. It was somebody, you look at somebody who has been, ripped off by a con artist. They're very, very good at what they do, and they control the narrative at every point. And every time you try to get some other information to go around, there's an explanation, and they carefully control what you hear and what you understand, to the point where they were okay with moving in together. And he I think it was just so he could watch them and make sure he could control this whole story. A few of you might be thinking of individuals in your life who may be like this. But this is crazy. This is really crazy. We are not done yet. We've got a little bit more left today. It's only 3:00. We usually go to about 4:30 to maybe 5. Depends, how the witness duration lines up with the judge's schedule. But I think we have one more witness, at least today, to go into. Surprisingly, my Jim McIntyre counter has not moved since day one. We've made it through nearly 2 days of testimony without the counter going up. It's got to climb. I predicted, 75 references to Jim McIntyre? I think it's going to happen. I should have counted the number of brands that were mentioned. I feel like we need a flow chart for the lies. The hard part is that the lies were told so well and are so much a part of the story because so many people believed it and even acted as if the lies were true, that us from the outside just trying to learn about what's going on, our heads are spinning. We're like, wait, I thought she was pregnant. Oh, she wasn't pregnant. That part was a lie. Okay, so she didn't die in childbirth? No, but she did die, right? Or is that a lie too? Was she still alive? No, she did die. This is Catch Me If You Can plus Chandler Alderson. Where did he get his money? Good question. I think he had some. We need a Brandy Churchwell chart for sure. That would be amazing. Slightly reminds me of Scott Peterson. Oh, the California guy. Did have an imagination. Did like to write stories, apparently like Reddit versions of novels, which there might be some talent there. It's not good reading. It really isn't. Jimmy is lurking. He's going to jump out from the shadows, and we're going to be like, there he is. Jim McIntyre, that guy right there. Defense wants us to believe that either, and we don't know yet because we haven't heard from the defense, either Jim McIntyre did some of these heinous things or manipulated the defendant as well, and that he was a sucker just like everybody else to these stories, that he believed that this potentially fictional Jim McIntyre from the FBI made him do what they did, or possibly did what they did and blamed it on him. Yes, as far as we can tell, he was actually Jag. Who is Jim? J-Mac is what we're going to call him. Jim McIntyre was brought up by the defense and the state in their openings 8 times as a reason to why things happened the way they did. We can jump ahead. Just 1 second. Sorry, I didn't realize I was actually a little bit behind. So let's downvoted a video. I didn't mean to downvote. Okay, we have jumped ahead. You can't tell because it looks the same. They're still at break, but we're now current time. Thank you, Lynn, for the reminder. Potentially fictional character Jim McIntyre is who we're interested in. If they call Jim, I will lose it, says Melody. Jim is shady, apparently. Wonder if the third wife will testify. I don't think so, because I believe... Okay, no. A lot of you said, how can his family be supporting him? As we're listening to these stories and listening to Betsy, you know, the victim's mom, Mandy's mom, testifying on the stand about how she was just completely lied to about her daughter's life and death. And we're like, what a despicable person, right? Who would do this? And then we see that his family is there supporting him. They may also be being lied to and believe it. They might also be victims. His family might be victims in this case as well, which is crazy. His middle name is James. Jim is his alias. Man. The mom believed it. And I don't know how it started. Honestly, I don't think it started with Mandy introducing the defendant to home. And it's like, hey, here's my boyfriend. He solved this massive thing. He's got millions of dollars coming to him. The world is out to get him. He's basically like the main character in one of those really catchy, spy movies where he's full of mystery and intrigue, and he's probably the wealthiest man in the world, but nobody knows it but him. It didn't start like that, right? It starts slowly and with a little lie, and a believable lie, and maybe some evidence to back up a lie. And it builds and builds and builds. And when the lie, makes you feel good or is about good things, you want to believe it. What score would you give the Georgia Seal? I'd give it a 4 out of 10. I think the consistency of the fonts is poor, but I guess we only have 2 fonts on it. The outer and inner fonts. The wisdom is the banners. They just moderation. It's not how that would wrap around the pillars. It's weak a little bit. I think you could do better. I think there's a better version of Georgia's Seal out there somewhere. This is more of a simplified clip art version. 2 at the best. 4 out of, not -4, a 4. There's some that are just so messy and just literally clip art. It's like somebody went to their old version of WordPerfect and went down to the no, it must have been Word for Windows. Went down to the little Clippy, the paper clip guy, and said, "Find me some clip art that I can use for it," and they just stuck whatever fit in there, and then drew a circle around it. So it's not great, but it's also not bad. Kiki's Garden. My biological father is and was like this. He left the country and never saw and heard from him again. He's part of the reason I have PTSD. Kiki, I am so sorry. I hope this doesn't hit too close to home with some of these. Pay a graphic designer, folks. Yes. Let's see. Warrior Queen. What state was this? Grandpa's underpants on the clothesline. Oh, what state is that? I don't remember. I can't remember what state it was. Where were we just recently? ChatGPT, make me a state seal. Yeah. Josh says, remember you have a mod from Georgia. 1 out of 10. What would you give the investigation in this trial? Josh, this is what I'm saying. Georgia is winning me over on just that fact alone. The investigation, not just on the investigation side, but the quality of the witnesses, phenomenal, really phenomenal. I've loved this case for that. So I'd have to rank that probably so far. If what's happened so far is all I had to grade it on, I would probably give it a 10 out of 10. It is that good. They are that thorough in what they're doing. 10 on the investigation for sure. Yeah, Brady, it's hard for us to, sorry, this part right here. This sentiment, I think a lot of us share. It's sort of incredulous. We're like, how could you believe that? Or why would you fall for that? Or wouldn't you want to ask a follow-up question or research that yourself? We weren't in the situation that they were in. We weren't being fed the lies and hadn't been fed the history of lies that led to that. So I can't judge them for what they believed or didn't believe, but it is wild. It's crazy. Tishfish, nobody knows who the man with the sword is in the seal. It's just he just showed up there one day, and they're like, let's keep him. He fits. I asked the same question, and nobody could tell me. I haven't Googled it yet, though. The investigation has been a 10. Second husband lied about the things that made no sense and then would say to me, isn't that right, honey? Marriage ended before the 2-year mark. What happened to the dog is my reason for yelling. Yeah. Rusty. Where's Rusty? Why? Where? What? Where did he end up? Dog's with Chloe. Indy Cindy, oh gee, big time, 26 months. Thank you very much. Will there be a movie deal for the defendant? Only if Timeline needs to fill a slot, or daytime television needs to fill a slot. What was that? Oh boy, what was that? Who said oh boy?
All right, everyone, please be seated. If you would call the next witness, please.
Your Honor, at this time, the state calls Frank Mebin III.
Here's the third. This is Dad. This is Dad. F3, yes. Okay, this is going to be telling. Give me a second. I've got to step away and make a quick phone call. Greeners, it's not to you.
Good afternoon, sir. Please raise your right hand.
Do you swear and affirm the testimony that you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Please have a seat, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon. There's a microphone right in front of you, so if you could try to, as best as you can, speak to that microphone.
Okay.
Okay. Can you please tell us your full name and how you spell it for the court reporter?
Frank, F-R-A-N-K, Mebane, M-E-B-A-N-E, the third.
And Mr. Mebin, if at any time you don't understand a question, please just let me know and I'll try to stop and rephrase it for you, okay?
Okay.
Mr. Mebin, do you work right now?
No, I'm retired.
Okay. What did you do before you retired?
A lot of different things.
Okay.
Do you want to know all of them?
What was the last one?
The last one. I was a financial advisor
Okay.
for 6 years.
Okay. And before that?
I was a minister for 22 years.
Okay. And as a minister, was that in addition or was that your primary job?
That was my primary job.
Okay. And in those two professions, you've now stopped doing those, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. As a full-time work is what I mean, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And are you currently married?
Yes, I am.
Who are you married to?
Betsy.
And how long were you two married? Or have you been married?
47 and a half years.
Okay. Do you have children?
Yes, we do.
How many children?
We have 3.
What are their names?
Mindy, Frank the Fourth, and Matthew.
Okay. Oldest to youngest?
Yes.
Okay. And are you close to your kids?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Do any of them still live with you now, or have they moved out?
They moved out.
Okay. Matthew being the youngest, he's also already out of the household now?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Is there a time when you met Nicholas James Kassotis?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us how you met him?
Our daughter, Mindy, introduced us to him.
Okay. And did they ultimately get married?
Yes, they did.
Do you remember where they were living when they got married?
In Mount Vernon, Virginia.
Okay. Did you visit them there?
Yes.
And when you visited them there, do you recall, was that a house or was it an apartment? What kind of a place was it?
It was a house.
Okay. Do you know who owned the house?
I believed it was Nick.
Okay. And she moved in with him to his house?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what happened to that house?
Not exactly, no.
Okay. At some point, did they ever move out of that house?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And what was Mindy doing, if you know, for a living while she was living up in Virginia?
Well, she graduated with a master's in public service or something like that. And she was working for different, like, nonprofit.
Okay.
I think it was the last one. Or I know the name was KKR.
Okay. And at that point, do you know what Mr. Kassotis was doing for a living?
He was in the Navy.
For a living?
Worked at the Pentagon.
Do you know what his title was in the Navy at the Pentagon?
You mean his rank?
If you know his rank.
No. I know he worked for JAG.
Okay. Do you know if he was an attorney?
Yes.
Okay. And when he was in the JAG in what branch of the service, you said?
Navy.
Do you know if he remained in the Navy after they got married?
I believe so, but I'm not sure exactly when he left or not.
Okay. So you know at some point he did leave, you just don't recall exactly when?
Correct.
Okay. And when they got married, he was in the Navy at that point?
I believe so.
Okay. Did there come a time when you and your wife started to live with any of your kids?
Yes.
Who did you live with?
We lived with Frank IV and his wife.
Okay. That would be Mindy's younger brother?
Yes.
Okay. And where did you live with them?
In Hilton Head.
South Carolina?
South Carolina.
Okay. Where are you from originally?
Florida.
Okay. And by way of Florida, you wound up in South Carolina with them?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know approximately when you moved in with Frank and Megan? If you know.
Around 2016, I believe.
Okay. And at that point, did you stay with them for quite a while?
Yes.
Did there come a time, well, let me back up for a second. Why were you living with them?
Well, my wife had been laid off from her job in Augusta, and I was still working as a financial advisor, and she was laid off, and she came down to Savannah and got a job the next day.
Oh.
And so she started living with them, and then that's when we decided we would move in with them.
Okay. So was she working in Savannah then?
Yes.
Did that make it more convenient?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And being a financial advisor, did that allow you some more flexibility?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And you said that was in Hilton Head, is that right?
Yes.
When you were living with Frank and Megan, at any point did any of your other kids move in?
Yes.
Who moved in?
Mindy and Nick. And
Okay.
of course, Matthew was with us because he was in high school.
Okay. So for a while there, it was Mindy, Nick, Matthew, you and your wife living with Frank and Megan?
Matthew wasn't there. By that time, we had moved.
Okay. So at some point, there were some overlap.
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall, you said, I believe you moved in with them in approximately 2016, meaning Frank and Megan.
Correct.
Do you recall when Mr. Kassotis and your daughter Mindy moved in with them? If you recall.
It had to be 2022.
Okay. And At some point, can you tell us, were you living there with Frank and Megan the whole time that Mr. Kassotis and Mindy were there?
No.
Okay. Was there a period of time that you moved out of that location?
Yes, Matthew and I moved to Dublin, Georgia.
Okay. Why did you go up to Dublin, Georgia?
Because he was going to be a senior in high school, and he played baseball. And with the COVID, they weren't going to play baseball in Hilton Head, but they were going to play in Dublin, Georgia. And
Okay.
so we moved to Dublin so he could play.
Okay. When you say we, who moved up to Dublin?
Matthew and I did.
Okay. And where did Mrs. Betsy stay?
She stayed with Frank IV and Megan at their house in
Okay.
Hilton Head.
Okay. And do you recall how long you were up in Dublin with Matthew?
I had a lease for at least a year, so I think it might have been 13 months.
Okay. At some point, did you come back down from Dublin?
Yes.
And did Matthew join you?
No, he was in. By that time he had already started college, junior college.
Okay. So Matthew heads off to college, and you moved back down to Hilton Head. Is that right?
Correct.
Who was living with you when you got back down to Hilton Head after Matthew went off to college?
Frank IV, his wife Megan, their little girl Harper, and Mindy and Nick.
Okay. Was your wife there too?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. So at that point, were there any pets in the house?
Yes.
What pets?
They had Rusty. Mindy and Nick had Rusty.
Okay. Did there come a time when you left that residence? Meaning the one in Hilton Head with Frank and Megan?
You mean after I came back from Dublin?
After you came back from Dublin, you said you stayed there for a while.
Correct.
Do you know how long that was, approximately?
With all of us there?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 5 months, 6 months.
Okay. And at
maybe a little bit longer than that.
Okay. So at some point, you said it was about 5-6 months, maybe a little bit longer. You're in Hilton Head with Frank and Megan. Is that right? Okay. And Mindy and Mr. Kassotis are there too. You and your wife.
Correct.
Okay. What caused you to leave?
Well, I took Matthew, the younger son, to play baseball in Illinois for the summer.
Okay.
And when I was up there with him, that's when Mindy and Nick moved out of their house, and I came back, they were gone.
Okay. Do you know where Mindy and Mr. Kassotis moved to when they left Frank IV and Megan's place in Hilton Head?
At first, they moved to a hotel that my wife got for them.
Okay. And did they go anywhere after that, if you know?
They went to another hotel, and then we went to 65th Street in Savannah.
Okay. Now, there sounds like there was a fair amount of moving going on. Is that right?
Correct.
Do you know how the belongings got moved when people were moving about?
I know Mindy and Nick had tubs, big black tubs.
What kind of tubs were they? Can you describe them for me?
Like big tubs that you put stuff in for like Christmas decorations, you know, big, I don't know how big, I mean, they were big tubs.
Okay, and you're making some gestures with your hand, approximately as wide as my hands are, is that correct?
Correct.
Would it be fair to say about 3 to 4 feet?
Yes.
Okay, and they were tall and deep?
Yes.
And that's about maybe 2 or 3 feet?
Correct.
Okay. And they would move their belongings in those tubs, is that right?
Yes.
So there was not a moving company, was there?
No.
Okay. And not moving boxes, but rather these tubs?
Correct.
Okay. Now, when you moved from Hilton Head, you said down to Savannah, did there ever come a time when you left the hotels and wound up in a more permanent type of place?
Yes, that was at a house on 65th Street.
Okay. And how did you come to be at that location, the house?
Mindy and Nick found it, and I went over and loaded them up from the hotel and moved them into the house.
Did they have a car at the time?
No.
Okay. And you said you loaded them up. Did they have tubs at that time too?
Yes.
And
along with Rusty, I'm sorry.
Okay. So they didn't leave Rusty behind, right?
No.
Okay. So Do you know if Mr. Kassotis was working at that point?
Yes, I thought he was.
What did you think he was
doing? He was
doing?
on his computer,
Okay.
working long hours.
Okay. Did he tell you what his work involved?
Not exactly, no.
Okay.
We knew he was working on something that was secretive.
Okay. Did he tell you that?
Both Mindy and Nick did, yes.
Okay. Did you ever see what was on his computer screen when he was working?
No.
Did you look?
No, because I knew I wasn't supposed to.
Okay. When you say you weren't supposed to, who told you that you weren't supposed to?
I just knew that it was secretive, and maybe that's my background. I'm not inquisitive.
Okay. And at that point, that was at the house in Savannah?
Yes.
Okay. Was Mindy working?
No.
Do you know why not?
No. Health-wise, she couldn't work, but also that there was a way for her to work. I mean, she didn't have a computer, and she was at the house the whole time, so there really was no way to work.
Okay. Had you ever heard any information concerning their safety being at risk, that being Mr. Kassotis and Mindy?
Oh, yes, all the time.
Tell us about that. What happened?
Well, it was way back before they even moved out of Virginia. We were told that they had people who were after them, and that they had to be very careful what they were doing and where they were moving, and you had to be cognizant of everything that was around you at the time to make sure that nothing was, no one was following us or anything like that.
Was Mindy afraid?
Oh, yes.
Did you believe she was afraid?
Yes, very much.
Okay. And when she was at the house in Savannah, did she go out much?
I never saw her outside.
Okay. What about Mr. Kassotis? Did he go out?
He would go out at night or go out in the backyard to brush Rusty, but that was about it.
Did he have friends over?
No.
Did you have any company that ever came over to the house?
No.
Now, did you ever hear reference to a security team?
Oh, yes, all the time.
Tell the jury what you heard. What was told to you?
Well, they told us that there was a security team that was caring for them, but they would have to get everything approved by the security team before we could, if we had any questions about what was going on, they would have to ask the security team and come back with their answers. And then if we were moving, they would have to check with the security team to let us know if it was okay if I came back to the house. So it was all the time.
Would that be daily?
Oh, yes.
Do you know where the money was coming from to pay for everything?
I thought it was the security team.
Okay. So you and your wife were not paying for it?
Just like I said, when they first moved out of the house in Hilton Head, my wife paid for a hotel for a while, and we would buy groceries and things like that. But that was about it.
Okay. And at that point, was your wife still working during the day?
Oh, yes.
Do you know where she was working?
Hunter McLean Law Firm.
Okay. And do you know what she did for them?
I think they call him an administrative assistant now.
Okay. And in that capacity, would she go to work Monday through Friday?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Do you know what time she would leave in the morning for work?
I would take her to work about 8:30.
Okay. And then what time would she get home?
5:30.
How'd she get home?
I picked her up.
So you'd drive her to and from work every day?
Yes.
Okay. Were you working yourself at that point?
No, not by the time we were there.
Okay. Was anyone else home during the day with you? Meaning anybody who lived there?
Oh, Mindy and Nick were always there with Rusty.
Okay. Now, did there come a time when there was a mention of Microsoft?
Yes, that was way back when when we were told that he left the Navy, they were working on something for Microsoft. And that's why there was somebody.
Navy does.
They needed a security team to protect them.
So Mr. Kassotis needed a security team because he was working for Microsoft on something secret?
Correct.
Okay. And at that point, that started, you said, back in Virginia?
Correct.
Okay, so this happened back in, do you know what year that was approximately? If you know.
I don't recall exactly when that was.
Okay. But it was while they were still in Virginia?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever see any work product from Microsoft from him?
No.
Did he ever show you any paperwork from Microsoft?
No.
Did he ever show you any computer software?
No.
So, during the day while Mr. Kassotis worked from the house, what did you do?
Well, after I took my wife to work, I was told I'd come back, take a shower, and then when I would leave for lunch, sometimes to go to lunch with her, other times to go just to lunch, but I couldn't come back until 3 o'clock or a little after, and I'd have to call and check and make sure that security was okay for me to come back.
Who told you that you weren't allowed to be in the house?
Mindy and Nick.
So they told you had to leave the house?
Correct.
How often did you have to leave the house?
Every day.
From when to when?
Usually right before lunch until after 3 o'clock or so.
Okay. And how did you know that it was okay to come home?
I would send a message on the Signal app and ask if it was okay if I could come home.
And who would you send that message to?
To Nick.
I saw you just nod. Do you see him here today?
Yes, right over there.
If the record can reflect, he's pointed to the defendant.
And it does.
Had you ever used Signal app before?
No.
How did you learn of Signal app?
I believe it was Mindy who showed me how to even download it and how to use it.
Okay. And on Signal app, just so we're clear, is that a texting or a voice communication?
Texting.
Text. Okay. And so you would send the messages to Mr. Kassotis by way of that phone app?
Correct.
And would he then indicate whether or not it was okay for you to return to the residence?
Yes.
How long after they were married did they start moving around? Do you know? Approximately.
I couldn't tell you exactly, but it wasn't very long.
Okay. But it was after they were married?
Yes.
Okay. Did you believe them when they told you that they were in danger?
Oh, yes.
Did there come a time when you started to doubt that?
I always had questions. That's kind of like what I was saying before about the security team. And I would ask questions and, like what's going on with different things. And then they would come back and say, the security team said we can't answer that.
Okay.
Good question. We can't tell you. Checks out. All right.
Did there come a time when you ultimately left the Savannah residence?
Yes.
And where did you wind up staying at that point?
Betsy and I moved to a condo in Hilton Head.
Okay. And I'm jumping ahead for just a moment. Was there any specific way that you had to get into that unit, that facility for the condos? How did you get into the building complex?
They had a security gate that you had to get approval, like a pass to get in.
Okay. And when you ultimately moved to that residence, did you have to provide that pass to somebody?
Yes, there was a security guard when you drove in.
Okay. Did you ever have any visitors at that location?
Matthew came and visited us.
Did he have to get a parking pass also?
Yes.
What was the name that the residence was reserved under for the parking pass?
Nicholas Kassotis.
So at that point, did that give you suspicions?
Yes, we had suspicions, but we were told that, we would get all the answers at some point in time.
Okay, so let's go back. You're at the house in Savannah.
Today's that time.
Did Mr. Kassotis and your daughter ever talk to you about a change of name?
Yes.
What did what did she tell you specifically?
She told us that his name was going to be changed to Nicholas Stark.
Did she tell you why?
For security reasons.
Okay. And that name, Nicholas Stark, did he start using it?
Yes, he even got like a bag, like a briefcase like thing that had Stark on it.
Okay.
I remember that.
Did you ever receive any mail that said the name Nicholas Stark?
I never saw any.
Okay. What about Amazon packages?
I've saved
Did you ever
it till
receive any
now.
of those
Yes,
at the
I've
house?
saved it till now.
Yes, they got plenty of packages.
Okay. And was there anything of note that was received in those packages to you? Anything that drew your attention?
Well, they got some clothes for like Mindy that she really hadn't had any clothes in quite a long time.
Okay.
Like I said, the briefcase, other things I don't remember exactly.
Okay. But you saw some things with the name Stark on them?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever meet anyone from the security team?
No.
Did you ever meet any of his coworkers, Mr. Kassotis?
Once he left the Navy, no.
Did you ever meet any of his employers once he left the Navy?
No.
What about his father? Had you ever met his father?
I met him at the wedding.
Okay. And did there come a time when there was an incident while you were in Savannah concerning his father?
Yes. Most weekends, Betsy and I would go off for the weekend, a lot of times to watch Matthew play baseball or whatever, and we would try to give them time away from us. So we would go off and come back on a Sunday afternoon, and one Sunday we came back and they told us that his father and his uncle had come to the house and were knocking on the door.
Okay.
And they were really upset.
Okay. Did he indicate to you what had happened as a result of that incident? Did Mindy tell you?
Yes, she told me that he was crawling on the floor to the back of the house, so they couldn't see in the windows and couldn't see him.
Okay. Do you know if the police were contacted?
I heard later that a police report was filed.
Okay. Did you move after that?
No.
Did Mindy move?
No.
Did Mr. Kassotis move?
No.
Did they beef up security with people out front?
No.
Were cameras installed?
Yes, there was a camera installed that was in the kitchen that would shoot down the driveway.
Who put that camera in?
Nick did.
Did you ever see any footage off that camera?
No.
Do you know where Mindy was? Did she tell you where she was when this incident happened with Mr. Kassotis' father and uncle?
She was in their bedroom, I believe.
Was she afraid?
Yes.
Now, once Mr. Kassotis advised you that, or rather, withdrawn, once your daughter advised you that this incident had happened, were measures taken to protect your wife from going to and from work?
No.
Did anything change at all?
No.
Now, when you were at the house, how many bedrooms were there?
2 bedrooms.
Okay. What type of a house is this? A 1-story or a 2-story?
1 story.
Okay. Are there steps to get into the house?
Yes.
Are there railings to walk up to get into the house, up the steps, if you recall?
I don't recall.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
Okay. Well, when you got to that location, did there come a time when you had to have surgery of some kind?
I had hip replacement, yes.
Okay. Can you tell the jury what happened that prompted you to have that surgery?
Well, I hurt my left knee shagging fly balls for my son, and I didn't get my knee fixed, and it got to the point where it hurt my left hip, and I finally had to get hip replacement surgery.
Okay. Do you remember when that was?
November of 2022.
Okay. And where did you go for the surgery?
St. Joseph's Hospital.
Okay. Is that in Savannah?
That's in Savannah on Abercorn.
Okay. And when you went to that surgery, were you alone? How did you get there?
Betsy took me.
Okay. When she took you to the surgery, did you stay overnight or did you come home that day?
I stayed overnight, yes.
So would it be fair to say you returned on what date?
December the 1st, I believe.
Okay. You came home the next day?
Yes.
When you came home the next day, where did you go from that location, meaning from the hospital?
Back to the house on 65th Street.
How did you, when you arrived at 65th Street, what happened?
Nick came out, helped me up the stairs. They were big, tall stairs, and really took care of me the rest of that day because Betsy went back to work.
Okay. And at that point, did you see Mindy at the house when you were there on November 30th?
No.
Okay. Can you tell us, where were you for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, Matthew and his friend had come in. This was one of those weekends where we tried to give them privacy. So we rented a condo in Hilton Head because Matthew and his friend were working at a restaurant. They had a big Thanksgiving promotion they did with fried turkeys and all that, and they worked long hours. And so we went over there and got a condo so they would have somewhere to stay and we stayed there for the whole weekend.
Okay. Do you remember what day you left for Hilton Head?
This is nuts.
That was on Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Okay. And specifically on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, do you recall when the last time you saw Mindy was before you left for Thanksgiving?
Probably the day before or maybe a few days before that.
Okay. So in the days leading up to you leaving, you saw her?
Yes.
Where was she?
She was in the bedroom, but also one time she was coming out of the bedroom going to the bathroom.
Okay. So you saw her in the house itself?
Yes.
Okay. And at that point, what did you think her condition was, her health condition?
She looked really bad. I mean, looked like they told us that she had high blood pressure and she looked like she was sick.
Okay. And at that point, did you leave to go for Hilton Head?
Yes.
Okay. And when you left to go for Hilton Head, when did you come back? What day?
The Sunday afternoon.
Okay. And when you came back on the Sunday afternoon, did you see Mindy?
No.
Where did you think she was?
Nick told us that she was in the hospital. They were trying to regulate her blood pressure.
And did you ever speak with her?
No.
Did you ever see her at the hospital?
No.
Did he tell you which hospital?
No. We just assumed that she was at the military hospital right there in Savannah.
Why did you assume that?
Because he was retired Navy.
Okay. And at that point, did you know whether or not they were expecting a child?
Yes, they told us she was expecting.
Okay. And did you have any belief as to whether or not it was a boy or a girl?
I recall it, them telling us it was going to be a girl.
Okay. And did you know when she was supposed to be due, if you knew?
I believe it was January 8th.
Okay. So would it be fair to say that the last time you saw her was at the time period right before you left for Thanksgiving, correct?
Correct.
Okay. At that point, did she appear to be pregnant to you?
She could have been, yes.
Okay. Without sounding unkind, had she put on some weight? What makes you think that she could have been pregnant?
Well, I've seen a lot of people who have been pregnant that didn't look pregnant. And so she wasn't really skinny to start off with, so it was believable.
Okay. So when she told you that, you simply believed her?
Yes.
Okay. And when you came back to the house, you said from the surgery, you said Mr. Kassotis helped you into the residence, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Did he stay with you until your wife came home?
Yes.
And at some point, did he leave the residence during that time period?
Yes, once she came home, he left to go see, he told us to go see Mindy.
Okay. And at that point, what was your expectation about Mindy? Was she coming home or staying at the hospital? What was it you believed was going to be going on?
I thought when she got better, she was coming back to the house.
Okay. And at that point, did Mr. Kassotis leave the residence?
Yes.
And where did you believe he was going?
To the hospital.
And at that point, what, if anything, happened after he left for the hospital?
Well, he came back home and he told us that she had died.
Okay.
At the hospital.
Okay. Were you surprised?
Yes.
Okay. And at that point, did he tell you what happened?
Well, that's a little fuzzy for me, but I do remember that it had said something to do with her blood pressure and somebody had left the room, and when they came back, she had died.
You indicated earlier that Mr. Kassotis was an attorney, correct?
Correct.
Did he discuss with you his concerns about her death at the hospital?
No, he told us he was going to go back and find out what had happened.
So when he first came home on the 1st, he didn't know what happened?
All he knew was that she had died, and he was very upset.
But he had no answers about what happened at that point?
No.
Did he have any paperwork at all concerning her death?
No.
Did he ever provide you with any paperwork concerning her death?
No.
Did he ever explain to you what actions, if any, he was taking against the hospital, given what he had described to you?
No, he didn't.
Did Mr. Kassotis ever indicate to you which place that you could go and see your daughter after she passed?
No, that was never discussed.
Okay. Were you concerned where her body was?
I've given that a lot of thought. Being a minister, I know once someone dies, I know they've gone to be with the Lord, and I really didn't need to see her body. I wish I could have said goodbye, but after she was dead, it didn't. That wasn't her. So it was no reason for me to really clamor to go see her body.
Okay. Did you discuss with Mr. Kassotis the possibility of funeral services?
There was some discussion about a memorial service later on, but of course it had to do with the security.
So you weren't allowed to have a service initially because of security?
That's the way I understood it, yes.
Okay. Did you ever have a service?
No.
Did Mr. Kassotis ever give you a doctor's name that was attending to her during her pregnancy?
No.
Did you ever have doctors come to the house to attend to her?
No.
Did you ever see her again after you left for Thanksgiving?
No.
Did you ever exchange emails with people that you believed were connected to the security team?
Yes.
How did you get that email address?
If I remember correctly, I think they sent emails to me and then I sent them back.
So you replied, basically?
Correct.
Okay. So you weren't the one that initiated it?
No, I had no idea who to send it to until I got something.
Did you use regular email to send those?
Yes.
What email did you use?
My email address.
Is that like a Yahoo or
Yahoo,
Google? Or
yes.
which is it? Yahoo?
Yes.
Okay. So you used your regular Yahoo to communicate with the security detail?
Correct.
Was she saying Yahoo? Thought it was Yahoo.
Do you remember if Mr. Kassotis ever got a car?
Yes, at some point in time when we were at the house on 65th Street, he got a green Ford Explorer.
Okay. And do you know how he paid for it?
No.
Did you ever see a death certificate for your daughter?
No.
Medical records of any sort?
No.
After Mindy passed away, can you tell the jury what happened in the days right after she passed?
Well, a few days after, we had to leave the house on 65th Street, and we had to move to the condo that we went to in Hilton Head. We lived there for 3 months.
So from approximately December to March?
Yes.
Okay. How were arrangements made for you to stay at that location?
Nick made arrangements for us.
Okay. Did Mr. Kassotis stay with you?
No. He moved us. He helped move us over there because I just had the hip replacement, and we said goodbye, and he went back supposedly to the house on 65th Street.
Okay. Do you know if he actually went back to the house?
No.
Did you expect to speak with him again after he left?
Oh, yes.
Did you expect to see him again?
Yes.
Did you ever see him again?
No.
Did you speak to him?
Yes.
How many times?
We emailed or texted through Signal a lot, but we talked to him one time on the phone.
So the only time you heard his voice was that one time on the actual phone?
Correct.
Okay. And when you got to the condo complex, what was it your understanding that Mr. Kassotis was going to be doing at that point in terms of living arrangements?
Well, he told us that he was going to go actually to meet his real mother when he left us, and then that he would be closing up or finalizing some things, and he would be back down to Hilton Head.
Okay. In all the time that you knew Mr. Kassotis, did you ever know him to hunt?
No.
Did he own knives?
Not that I knew of, no.
Did he do some chores around the house?
Yes.
And specifically, what chores do you remember him doing?
The house at 65th Street, there was problems with the washing machine that he tried to fix. Toilet was backed up. We had terrible mosquitoes when we first moved in, and he did something with the mosquitoes.
When was the mosquitoes? You said when you first moved in?
Well, right around when we first moved in, yes. We had mosquitoes were coming in from somewhere.
He's good with
and
poison.
You moved in when? Do you recall?
June? I'm assuming, yeah, I think it was June of 22.
That was long before November, right?
Correct, yes.
Prior to speaking to law enforcement, what did you think happened to Mr. Kassotis?
We were told that he had an accident, that he was in the hospital. We didn't know where, and that he was on life support. And we tried to go see him. And then we got another email a day or two later that said he had died.
And that notification was received by email?
Yes.
Did anybody come to see you?
No.
Did you ever speak with his family concerning his death?
No.
And his I just want to make sure I understand. His security team reached out to you and your wife after he was dead.
Correct.
Did you ask to see his body?
No.
Did they make arrangements for a funeral service for you to attend?
No.
I can have just one moment. I have nothing further on.
Mr. Weinstein?
Mr. Weinstein, you're up. He still had a security team after he and his wife were both dead. Does that make sense?
Good afternoon, Mr. Mebane.
Hi.
My name is Doug Weinstein. I'm representing Nick Kassotis in this case.
Okay.
Mr. Mebane, you said your last position after being a minister was being a financial advisor.
Correct.
What does a financial advisor do? Or what did you do as a financial advisor? Let me put it that way.
I had clients who I advised them about investments.
So investments in what?
Stocks, bonds, mainly.
And how did you have the knowledge base to be able to give that advice?
My undergraduate degree is in finance, and I had always, wherever I worked at churches or whatever, I did the financial part of the church. And I was recruited by Edward Jones Investments, and they trained strenuous training to how to pass the different tests that you have to pass to get different licenses to be a financial advisor.
So how many tests did you have to pass?
4.
And you said those tests were strenuous?
Yes.
So it seems like it's fairly complex work, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you'd have to be pretty smart, pretty knowledgeable in order to do that work, correct?
Correct.
When Nick and Mindy are having all of these security issues, and Mindy is telling you about the security issues, you believe Mindy, correct?
Yes.
And you believe Nick?
Yes.
And you said that Mindy was afraid, isn't that right?
Yes.
Mindy also is a pretty bright woman?
Very bright.
Very bright. Why do you say very bright?
Well, to get her master's degree, she had to have a high GPA, and she was always in honors classes in high school and college and all that.
And so she was a very bright woman, but she was also afraid.
Correct.
And she told you about this security team, correct?
Yes.
Now, you said they a lot when referring to stuff, so I may try to get that clarified so that we can understand whether it was Mindy that told you things or Nick that told you things.
Okay.
You were told by them that you had to be out of the house from before lunch until about 3 o'clock. Was that Mindy that told you that?
I would say both of them told me that.
Okay. So while you were living together, is it fair to say every weekday from noon to 3, roughly, you were out of the house?
Yes.
So if people came in and out of the house during that noon to 3 time frame, you wouldn't know about it, correct?
No.
So doctors could have visited noon to 3, you wouldn't know about that?
No.
If members of the security team came by from noon to 3, you wouldn't know about that either?
No.
And you say Mindy is the one that told you about the Signal app, is that correct?
Yes.
And you would use that to communicate with Mindy and with Nick, right?
Yes, for a while, yes.
But text only, you never used the voice feature of Signal, correct?
No. Not that I remember, no.
Okay. Mindy told you that they were changing their name to Stark for security reasons, correct?
Yes.
Did she say what the security reasons were?
Not that I recall, no.
Okay. What did you believe it to be?
I just thought it went along with everything else that we had been told for years, that they were in danger and that was going to protect them.
Okay. Jumping ahead a little bit to when you got back from the hospital on December 1st from your hip replacement.
Correct.
I believe that you testified that Nick took care of you that afternoon?
Yes, he helped me get up, go to the bathroom, things like that.
You don't have to get into graphic detail, but I understand what you're saying. And Nick remained with you until Betsy returned, correct?
Correct.
And then at that point, Nick left the house.
Correct.
Now, you say you never saw any paperwork relating to Mindy's death, correct?
Correct.
Did you ask to see any paperwork of Nick about the time of Mindy's death?
No.
You also were asked about a lawsuit, about Nick engaging in a lawsuit against the hospital. You had known Nick in 2022 for how long?
6 years.
Had you known him to be a litigious person? Had he been going around filing a bunch of lawsuits? As far as you know?
No.
Did he file any lawsuits prior to Mindy's death, as far as you know?
No.
Did you ask Nick, why aren't you suing that hospital?
No.
Were you on the phone when Frank IV was told about the death of Mindy?
No.
That was your wife that had made that call to Frank IV?
Yes.
Okay. What was Frank IV's occupation?
He's a policeman.
He's a policeman.
Yes.
Is he still a policeman as far
Yes,
as you
he
know?
is.
Where is he a policeman?
In Burnett Town, South Carolina.
And how long has he been a policeman for?
Guessing he's not a detective.
Over 20 years.
Okay. At one point, was Frank IV a policeman with, and I'm going to mangle this name, the Yemassee Police Department?
That's correct.
Am I saying that correctly?
That's right, yes.
And where is the Yemassee Police Department?
Yemassee is kind of right off of I-95 in between Savannah and Florence.
And was the chief of police at the Yemassee Police Department, was that Gregory Alexander?
Yes.
Who came to fame through the Murdaugh case?
Yes.
And he had worked for Chief Gregory Alexander, correct?
Correct.
He'd been fired from that position in 2007?
Objection, Your Honor. This has no bearing on the case at hand.
What would be the relevance, counsel?
The state is making a lot out of the fact that my client has prosecutorial and legal experience. So does Frank IV. He's very familiar with law enforcement as well.
It's irrelevant. The court's going to sustain the objection.
Okay. I have no further questions. Thank you very much, sir. And I'm very sorry for your loss.
Anything else on redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Whoa.
Thank you, sir. You're excused.
Thank you.
Okay, we're a little early. It's possible we could be done here, but I wonder if his parents are hearing some of these facts for the first time, sitting there behind him.
Your Honor, that concludes the state's evidence for today.
Okay, we are done for the day.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes all of today's testimony. Once again, I ask that you please abide by the court's previous instructions regarding access to media accounts of this trial. Have a good evening, and we will see you at 8:45 tomorrow morning. Thank you very much.
This is wild. I told you this story was crazy. I didn't know all the details, but I knew it was crazy. And don't think you can go right now. We've got an amazing palate cleanser for you here in just a bit. Hearing this story unfold, the people that were surrounded him, and the lengths he went to weave a tangled web of protection that would allow him to do this and not get caught is bizarre. It is just crazy. Judge, I'd love to hear what you're saying.
This doesn't need to be on the record.
Oh, okay. In that case, never mind. This doesn't need to be on the record. So, probably a scheduling thing. As the camera turns, get to see the other camera maybe. There's the camera. Ooh, what a cutie. It's pretty cool, huh? All right. I think we're done. We'll monitor for audio in case something happens. We'll jump back. But yeah, we need to recap. I don't know how to recap today because it seems like every time they presented something, a new fact, a new detail about the case, about what was going on, and my mind is scrambling to try to make sense of it, they would present another one that made the first one pale in comparison, and it just continued all the way up to a police officer in the family, somebody who would notice something like this maybe, or at least notice character traits that might be very similar to suspects and things. This is wild. This is wild. It's clear that the family was definitely bamboozled. That they were led on, that they had hang on, not that one. I need a different thing. They're still talking, so still waiting for them to finish before we go anywhere else. Where's that recording? 1, 3. That's not it. Oh. Figured out what I was doing wrong. Okay. Import media from Big Deal. There we go. Make sure I have the right section of this video prepared. There's Mr. Magoo. All right, we're ready. Okay, Laurie, that did come in on the that came in on the defense's open, admitting that he lies. I don't know. We might have to do a recap on this. Buffer thumbnail for tonight is approval. Go check it out. Okay, we will. I'll check it out. If it passes, I'll put it on the thumbnail, which I think we already have ready for the podcast tonight. One more reminder before you guys go. Tonight we have a podcast that's going to be different than any other. It's at 8 p.m. on this channel. We would love it if you join us. And the way it works is like this. Greeners this week, who you see from chat, making timely remarks that are slightly snarky and occasionally getting timed out, did some digging and found me on the internet. Now, I don't endorse people doing this to other people, or definitely not doxing. Greeners did not dox. He reached out to me and said, "Hey, I found you on the internet. Is this you?" And it was some stuff I had talked about before, and I didn't remember that all this stuff existed. But basically, basically, this is Greener's getting back at me for timing him out over the years. But he has found a couple videos from my, I would like to say youth, but it was 14 years ago. Okay, I was an adult, but I looked like a kid in comparison. I have never seen them. They're posted, they're live, they're out there, and they're buried is what they are. But Greener's found them, and so with Amber's help, we're going to be sharing some of these with y'all tonight on the podcast, and I will be seeing them for the first time. I was so adverse to being on camera back then that I never watched myself after it was done. I just done and walk away and pretend it didn't happen. And even in my head, I had forgotten some of these things occurred. So we are going to have a podcast tonight where we play some of these videos for you. I will say we did redact a little bit because there was a sad incident on the internet where this channel, where some of the other assignments were posted by other students, went viral because of making fun of the student who may have had some challenges due to drug use and everything else. And it was we as a channel, when I was part of that channel, we tried to shut that down as soon as we noticed, but it went viral on Reddit and it will live forever in infamy. Unfortunately, we're talking millions of views and lots of memes and things like that. I was connected in that because I worked on those videos. I ran the cameras, I ran the switchers, and it was a team effort for every student's assignment. So even though one person was on camera and they might have written the script for the event, it takes like 6 people to produce it. So, where's the thumbnail pic? Is it on Red Pen's thumbnail or mine or what? What have you done with it? Let me look. Hang on. Anyway, before we go there, we're going to go to Mr. McGue, who was in Judge Simpson's court. Let's see. I'm looking. It might be the one I shared. Let's see. Hold tight. We're just going to see if we can get this pulled up. Need to shrink this down. Get rid of the tally counter. I cannot access Canva on this computer. I don't know what is happening, but Grainers, I cleared my DNS. I did everything you said. It's not working still. Let me do it from over here. And this computer also cannot access Canva. It's just over Wi-Fi. If I go hardwired, it will work just fine. Okay. In that case, we're going to go straight to Mr. Magoo, and then I'll figure out a way to show this in a second. Let's do it like this, if we can. Okay, Mr. Magoo, right here. Do you see this? This is Judge Simpson from earlier today. We're going to be watching what happens. And let me just say, I think Judge Simpson may have done something today that was wrong. Like, he was in the wrong. And it might give Mr. Magoo a little bit of what he actually wants in this case. But you guys see if you spot it here. Let's give it a go.
Call it up in the next block.
I appreciate
running
it.
behind you.
I understand. Thank you, Judge.
Gosh, yes. Ready. Here we go. I spend my life ready. You sure? In anticipation about what I'm going to go through right now, this is absolutely all your fault.
Oh. In anticipation.
In anticipation of it, I'm just letting you know.
Well, let me apologize in anticipation for this being my fault. I am sorry.
Court does call the case of the People versus Daniel Magoo. State your name.
Daniel Magoo.
All right. What are we doing on this today?
Anyone?
Your Honor, I have in regards to case number 25F4-523, I have a couple things I'd like to point out about a couple of the matters here today.
Go ahead.
In regards to count 3, MCL 750197, lawfully detained or imprisoned in jail or confinement. Judging by the definition of the statute itself, Your Honor, it compels us to conclude that one has to be lawfully imprisoned or in jail. Jail being a facility operated by a local unit of government for detention of persons charged. At this location, defendant was located in a hospital and not a confinement by government agency or jail. So I'm requesting that charge is invalid on its face.
That were going to be addressed, that would be addressed at a preliminary examination, sir, as to the sufficiency of the charge. So if you're making a motion that I dismiss it at this point, that motion's denied.
Okay. Further, in count 2 and count 1, actually, Your Honor, both of these were, I don't know the procedural process or when it should get raised, but both of them are Fourth Amendment violations. And furthermore, on count 2, MCL 257.904, that the license of the defendant was revoked or suspended, given the statute as well, Your Honor. That would require the prosecutor to prove that the license was revoked or suspended at the time of the arrest, and that defendant was notified, and that the defendant operated a vehicle on a highway or roadway. I challenged the prosecutor to prove all 3.
Sir, do
Yes,
you
sir.
wish to have a preliminary examination in this?
I'm making sure we're prepared for it, but yes.
What'd you say?
Making sure we're prepared for it, but yes, I am. What are the other options? I'm requesting that all the charges are dismissed, a motion for all dismissal on all these charges.
They're not going to be dismissed.
No, okay.
So if you want a preliminary examination and make your arguments, then it might be that they would be dismissed at that point, but they're not going to be dismissed on an oral motion before this.
Ms. Lomby has let me know that all paper discovery has been sent to Mr. Magoo in jail. There are USB drives with video. A number of agencies were involved in the Michigan State Police case, so they responded to assist. I believe she has obtained all of those videos, and those will be sent interdepartmental to jail staff to serve on Mr. Magoo, and I expect those to be in the interdepartmental mail tomorrow.
Got it. Okay, so we're not ready. He hasn't gotten the video.
He has all paper discovery, but he does not have all video discovery. I expect that'll happen. So I'm not sure.
So, Mr. Magoo, are you going to have an objection to an adjournment so that you can see all of the discovery that they have prior to setting this for preliminary examination?
Your Honor, I didn't know what hearing I was prepared for today. I was preparing to cross-examine the officers today, with or without the video evidence. So, given that that's not the case and the officers are not here, I would like a speedy trial. I would like to invoke my right to a speedy trial.
So you want your preliminary examination. Those are coming down to the jail to him?
Yeah, I expect that you would have him early next week. So if the court follows its normal setting for preliminary examination, I would expect.
I would set it for the 19th, and then he'd have them well in advance, and I guess I'll do it that way. prior to setting the preliminary examination as being a critical process, a couple of things that the court wants to do. Mr. Magoo, starting in case ending in 0979. Mr. Magoo, you are before the court on a felony complaint that alleges 5 different counts, excuse me, fleeing and eluding 4th degree, which is a felony punishable by up to 2 incarceration and $2,000 fine plus court costs. Count 2 is operating an unregistered vehicle, which is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days. Operating without security, which is a misdemeanor, punishable with not more than 1 year or less than a $200 nor more than $500 fine plus court costs. Count 4, operating while license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days. $500 fine plus court costs, and your vehicle would be subject to mobilization. Count 5 is refusal to obey a lawful traffic order of a police officer. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days, $100 fine plus court costs. Those events are alleged to have occurred on July 3rd, 2025, I-94 near Parker Road in Scioto Township. That is on the one case. On the other case, which is a 3-count complaint, that 3-count complaint alleges that on March 27, 2024, location of Dexter near Arcona in the city of Milan, Washtenaw County, state of Michigan, that you did operate a motor vehicle while intoxicated. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days, $500 fine plus court costs. There is, however, a third offense notice which transforms this into a felony charge. It's punishable by up to $500 to $5,000 fine plus court costs, 1 to 5 years in jail, probation with 30 days or 1 year in jail, or at least 48 hours to be served consecutively, and 60 to 180 days community service, any rehabilitative programs the court deems necessary. Court could order you to pay the cost of the prosecution, as well as the cost of any emergency governmental services, and your vehicle would be subject to mobilization. Count 2 is operating while your driver's license was suspended, denied, and or revoked. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs. Count 3 is lawful escape from custody, or escape from lawful custody, excuse me. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year, $1,000 fine plus court costs. Mr. Magoo, yeah, I would just ask, do you still wish on representing yourself, sir?
Your Honor, I do. I will. I have requested assistance, given that I am incarcerated and I have no way to.
Do you wish to be represented by an attorney, sir?
I would like legal assistance.
What do you mean by that? Would you like to be represented by?
I've called the prosecutor.
Mr. Magoo, we go through this every time. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to advise you that there are great perils in representing oneself. I've told you about that before on numerous occasions. That I would treat you the same as I would treat anybody else. You would have to know the Michigan court rules. You'd have to know courtroom procedure, and that you would be treated the same, not any more favorably, not any worse, as you would go through these proceedings. If you wish to represent yourself, you may proceed with the court's admonishment. I've advised you as to the penalty, the charges, the maximum penalties. I will now ask you the question, and I'm not going to just keep going around and around in circles when I ask you this question. Do you wish to be represented by counsel? If you wish to be represented by counsel, this court will ensure that counsel is appointed to represent you. If that is a yes or no.
I would like legal assistance, yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to take that as your request for counsel. Is how I'm going to take that.
He's got a lawyer, Josh.
And so he's
got a lawyer.
These two cases now become public defender cases.
Thank you, Judge Torshio, Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of the defendant.
Where's Josh?
I believe Your Honor has already agreed to set it for examination.
I will set. He's asked for examination in the case, and so I will set it I will set these for preliminary examination.
Well, Your Honor, I would ask, given that one of these cases, in regards to the March 27, 2024 case, there is an undue delay. It's been over, I think, 390 some days since the warrant was requested, and this triggers due process violations under U.S. versus Levasco, People versus Bassard, People versus Rosengreen, and procedural unfairness, Sixth Amendment violations, and I do request that the prosecutor provide provide information in regards to the three-pronged test under People versus Hernandez. One of them, first test being an explanation for the undue delay for 390 some days. The second part of that test being to prove that the delay was not deliberate. And then the third part of the delay or the prong test is to make sure that there was no undue burden on or prejudice on the defendant. And in that regards, Your Honor, I also am requesting that I do have due process 14th Amendment rights as well as 8th Amendment rights. And a lot of these are facially invalid. A lot of these charges are facially invalid. And I'm just requesting that the court grant a personal reconnaissance on my behalf.
I think you meant recognizance.
For both of these charges, being that we're looking at really just misdemeanors, $500 misdemeanors. So
I think he's requesting, Your Honor, amend his bond, and he's requesting the release, Your Honor, PR bond.
Judge is like, yeah.
And a response from the people regarding his bond.
People would ask if bond be continued, and he also failed to appear before the judge's place. So
yes.
That warrant would also, with respect to the other, I'll wait. If there are pleadings filed by the public defender's office, our office will respond to that. And I guess my one remaining point would be, with the court's appointment Eastern the public defender's office, I will make sure that the digital discovery that I referenced is certified on the defender's office.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. We will review that with our client once we receive it.
So he's asked for a preliminary examination, and I realize where this may be. My understanding is that he is still held, regardless of what the bond would. In this case, he's being held without bond in Judge Slay's case.
That's my understanding.
That his bond has been denied. So
that's what I would Mr. Choda said.
In any event, but also given the fact that one of the charges is the escape from lawful custody, that in and of itself, in this court's mind, makes the defendant a danger for a risk of flight. Also, the nature of the charges, the fleeing and eluding police officers, as well as the operating while intoxicated, now at least alleged his third time around. Also, this court's mind, the defendant, this court would consider a danger to the public. So the extent that he is asking that I modify his bond conditions in his bond in this case, that motion is denied. Bond will continue as it is.
Your Honor, I have a 14th Amendment due process to the presumption of innocence. And
I understand the presumption of innocence.
Well, and a lot of these are facially invalid, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
A lot of these charges, especially the lawful custody, escape from lawful custody, it's
Jeremy.
facially invalid. I was at a hospital, not a jail.
Hey,
you were under the custody of the Washtenaw County Sheriff's
I was
Office,
not.
I understand.
I was not.
Custody of.
I was dropped off at the hospital, and they later tacked on charges just like the fleeing and eluding charge.
Not meet that out, and that if that's true, and the people can't sustain that element, then the charge will be dismissed. But I'm not dismissing it upon your representation today.
Thank you very much, Judge.
Preliminary examination in this matter will be set August 19th, 2025. 12 noon. That is before me.
Jazzercise with Sandra?
On that date. For both of these cases.
I'm worried we're about to have a
I
wardrobe
will apprise the parties also that one of the, I will call it one of the activities, and I think it is a maneuver to have the court do something that it normally would not do. The defendant has elected, and I will disclose it, to file a civil claim as against me and a slew of other parties.
Oh yeah, in that regard, Your Honor,
many of those, do not interrupt me. Including many that I don't even know the connection. Court has, this judge, upon receiving this, two things. I read through the complaint to determine whether or not it would on its face create a conflict with court. I consider it, quite frankly, to be frivolous. The complaint itself, do not see that as a necessity for me to recuse myself from this gentleman's proceedings, because I think that's precisely what he wants to have happen, and that is attempting to manipulate the system. He will be dealt with by me as I deal with any other defendant, and so that is there. It has been turned over to the Office of General Counsel for Washtenaw County. They will deal with, for me, and as well as the others that I see that are listed there, they will deal with that. They have also filed, it appears, and again, this is all part of his, what I will call shenanigans to shape this. He has filed against people of individuals without specific reference in the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office. I don't, as I view what I read, would not consider that any jeopardy upon their objectivity in handling this case. So,
I'm aware that such filings were received by our office maybe yesterday. At this point, we continue to proceed with this case, and until I hear otherwise from the elected prosecutor.
can I speak on that note, Your Honor?
I will let you talk, but I'm not going to let you go on in some diatribe. I've got other things to do. I've
stood on my rights and I've stood on my beliefs this whole entire time, especially in the previous case, Your Honor. That complaint is well pleaded. It does affect multiple parties of this jurisdiction. Washtenaw County is a named party, and I do believe that my impartiality and bias will be affected here, as it was in the past before this complaint. And I do request a change of venue on that note for both these matters.
If you wish to raise change of venue, you may file that in writing, but to the extent you are raising no motion for change of venue, denied.
Thank you very much, Judge.
Bond will continue. Thank you.
Somebody be able to continue.
Appreciate it. Done with it. Robert. You swear to affirm the information dated the search warrant affidavit. All right, fantastic. I will sign these and hand it right out. Okay, thank you, sir. Are they? And Mr. Priester?
I'm sorry too, Judge.
No. You know, I'm just gonna say sometimes there's just karma, man. All right. Folks, we are now way off track because of the delay and everything. I'm gonna give my staff a break, so I'm gonna give my staff a break. We will start up as soon as we possibly can. And the like. All right. Thank you. If they weren't contacted.
All right.
And then everyone leaves. Everyone was here for him. Everyone was here for him. Everyone's
I had a case in San when I was on the other side. I had a case in San Francisco.
So they're all laughing at him. All right, quick cut to, well, let's go here, and then let's go here. Ready? I've got to show you about the podcast thumbnail that's coming up here for tonight. Looks like this. Boom. Look, isn't that great? Isn't that beautiful? Who's that guy in the bottom left-hand corner who's awkwardly walking around like Igor? Well, that would be me. That would be me. I'm not sure what the hockey game is there for. I know I have filmed some hockey. Thomas got some throwbacks as well. Looks like Thomas is in the pool. Oh, good. More people are going to be embarrassed than me. So that's great. That's good to know. So tonight, please be here on this channel for the podcast. It's going to be great. I have not seen these videos ever. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to watch them tonight. I'm going to let you see them, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to watch them tonight. So it's going to be 8 o'clock tonight. We're going to do the podcast live, so please be here for that. I don't know if I can guarantee that we're going to keep it up on the internet after it's done. So I can't promise that yet. I only fastened the top button on your jacket. Rookie move. I had no idea what to do. Okay, full disclosure. That jacket that I'm wearing there was one that my boss at a metal building company forced me to buy from a thrift shop when I was going to my first convention, building convention, as a sales rep. And he's like, "You're going to wear that?" No, don't you have like a suit jacket or something? I'm like, "No, why would I have a suit jacket? I sell metal building parts." Okay, I walk in mud on contractors' job sites, and he's like, "You need to look good," and so he took me to a thrift shop, and I bought that jacket. Yeah, I think it had brass buttons on it. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. So yeah, I thrifted a suit coat. It didn't match with anything I had, but I did wear it at the convention, and it was super uncomfortable. So anyway, I'm not sure what else is going to come out tonight, but we're going to see some stories. It's going to be good. All right. With that done, today has been a crazy day. I think right now we have just like cracked open the craziness that is in this case, and it's going to get worse. It's going to go wild. We've had so many brands mentioned in this case. I know we should have counted brands instead of Jim McIntyre references, but Jim McIntyre will be coming into this case. We'll hear more about him maybe in the next little bit. I'm basically going to go hide under a rock and wait and just pretend that nothing's happening until podcast time. Hang on, I've got a
call from Debbie Cook.
Hey Debbie, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I don't know. I'm doing well right now, but come 8 o'clock, I'm not sure how I'll be doing.
So you're counting how many times they mentioned McIntyre?
Jim McIntyre. The defense has this fictional, I think it's fictional character that was part of the security team, whatever. And they've mentioned him 8 times already in the trial, and we're going to see.
You're not counting how many times she says my apologies?
No. We've veered away from counting things that are specific to one person, might make someone feel bad. I've been called out too many times, for Shannon, for I'm sorry, not sorry, all that.
So what did you think about that bombshell that dropped today, huh?
Which one? I mean, it ended with the fact that there was a police officer right close to this whole situation, an active police officer.
No, I'm talking about the, she's not coming home from the hospital.
Yeah, the whole bit was just wild. I feel bad for the parents. Bad,
my gosh.
Because they were lied to and led along the way. And honestly, when he was telling lies, he was also paying for everything. Like the money was there. Right? So this isn't somebody who's like, "Oh, I'm going to have a job soon. A big paycheck's coming. Can you cover me for another week?" It wasn't that. Okay? It was big fat stacks of cash present, and here's the explanation for it. And so, it's easy to believe when you've got the evidence right there. I've got all this money because what I did for Microsoft. More's on the way. So yeah, his poor parents were led down the path and sold a bill of goods. And
Yeah, but I said, well, maybe I watch too much TV or something, but usually when there's a security team, they're there. They're out
usually they're
around
more
the
present.
house. They're
Yeah,
in the house.
there's like
Yeah.
a physical presence, or some sort of deterrent that might be visible. Not just email us if you need us, which is apparently what theirs was. And it was every day. Is it okay for me to come home now? I've been gone for the required 3 hours. Is it okay for me to come home? Yep. All's clear. Go ahead. Over. Send. It was ridiculous. And I know the parents see it that way now, but they didn't then, which is crazy to see from the outside, because it's easy to see somebody who's been scammed, and they were, but it's hard to see that you've been scammed, because where did I go wrong, right? But crazy stuff.
Because, at the beginning of the call, I was like, why did nobody report her missing? And well, now it's obvious.
Yeah.
They had no idea.
And when she was around, there wasn't a lot of contact. And it might have been something that he sort of facilitated and structured and just made sure there wasn't a ton of contact between the parents and her, and that was normal. And so you've got the situation that becomes normal, and occasionally I might have seen her last week. Just the tragic thing is like, hey, you guys need to leave for Thanksgiving because I've got this big thing we're doing. The big thing was the big thing, unfortunately. Yeah. And that's just, it's terrible.
Well, I wish I was watching with you guys, but I'm still trying to do my thing.
Yeah,
I'm never going to be as big as you, but
well, keep it
I'm
up.
still trying.
So, awesome. Awesome.
I
Thanks.
still pop in and say hi, though.
Yep.
I'm
Thank you.
I'm still a loyal fan.
Thank you. Thanks for the call.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye. Another one coming in. Let's see who this is.
Call from
Ayden.
Ivan, how are you doing?
How are we doing?
We are doing great.
I just figured I'd give you a daily update on the Milwaukee Brewers.
Okay.
First, 70 wins.
So they won again.
Perfect 6-0 on their road trip.
Nice.
And everything is looking good.
If y'all didn't remember, this channel has now become the biggest fan of Milwaukee Brewers ever. As soon as somebody tells me what sport they're playing, I'll be able to cheer for them a little bit more. But we're diehard Brewers fans here. So.
You just gotta love. Only in Wisconsin will you just name your team beer.
It's better than cheese, right?
Hey, easy now, easy. Those are fighting words, all right. Easy now.
Yeah. No, we're excited. We do hope they get to the World Series and perform well and go all the way.
All right. I will be giving daily updates because, as you know, I have a stake in this now. And truly, I mean, I have been so on the gambling site I use because I am such a regular. Mm-hmm. I get like a certain amount of like bonus dollars every week.
I think you're the mascot.
It's like $15, $20. But every week since, I don't know, third or fourth week in the season, I've been putting that free bet on the Brewers to win the World Series. It started off as plus 10,000 odds because they've done so well now. Because I mean, they've never won it.
Should they win, your bet with me is covered. Is that what I'm hearing?
Hey, everything's a parlay, brother. Okay.
That's awesome.
All right, I'll let you fly.
We'll see you. Love you, man. Bye.
Yeah, love you.
Thanks, Ivan, for the update. All right, podcast tonight, 8 p.m. Please be here. It's going to be absolutely different. It's going to be different. I think it will be fun. Be kind to me. Just know I was as nervous as any witness you will ever see on the stand in the videos that you're about to watch. I know this because I am still nervous to watch them. But it's going to be good. It's going to be a banger of a podcast. Yes. Hopefully, I think I have to tell Phil that these videos are off limits for clipping. So no clipping. Greeners, this goes for you too. It's not as bad as you remember. Thanks. I appreciate that. All right. Anything else to cover today? I don't think we have anything else, actually. I think that's it. Podcast tonight at 8 p.m. We're going to be back tomorrow. No. Whoa. Yeah. Yes, we are. Tomorrow's Friday. Today's Thursday. So one more day of trial. I think it's going to keep, like I said, we just cracked the coconut of crazy, and we're just getting to the meat of it. We're going to get more of this. And wait till the fence gets up. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be an absolute crazy trial. Thanks for sticking through some of the very heart-wrenching, difficult moments. I think in this trial we're going to see justice. I think the majority of us are going to look at this and say, yep, jury, you did the right thing. And I think we're already leaning that way. So until then, I'm maybe going to take a nap, one last moment of peaceful sleep without thinking about some of the videos that you guys are going to see tonight. You posted the video of the horse rolling. Awesome. It was a short, right? I'll have to go check it out. Thank you. All right, tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe. We go live again tonight with a very unique Throwback Thursday podcast. You guys are going to see my roots, where I come from when it comes to IT and broadcast, television, cameras, news, all of that. My best attempt at humor, I've got some of that in there, I think, as well. It's going to be great. I'm in the media pool for tonight. Oh, man. I no longer on that channel, Greeners. They might strike you. They might give you a copyright strike. They might strike me if I use it. I don't know. They probably won't. I used to have the password. Like, I used to be able to log in to the channel that has these videos and, like, delete. I don't have it. Trust me, if I had it, the videos would be gone. They would be gone. All right. You guys have a good night. We'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. You're my new best friend.
There's nothing in the order that restrains you from talking to cats.
I was told counsel wanted to see me at sidebar.
What more do you need to see?
I'm not a cat.